Welcome back, my friends. I just wanted to say, since I was staring at myself on the screen before you came back, I don't get this filter thing. I don't have any filters on my computer screen, but this Zoom makes my skin and my face look so young. I do not look like that in real life, people who are watching this. But I don't have any of those touch up my filter or anything like that. But this camera just makes like a glow or something. I don't know, but I'm going to carry it around with me for my entire life and just have a projection of me. I need to go turn off something really quick, you guys. So talk amongst yourself for 30 seconds.
So why is Kyle at a different spot than Brandi? Somebody doing a category?
Brandi's doing a round.
Oh, okie dokie.
But
I'm visiting Chicago, so there won't be any audio feedback.
We were talking about TV shows. I saw this one on Netflix called Adolescence.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah. And
It's
for those who haven't
intense.
seen it, it's intense. But the interesting thing is it's 4 one-hour episodes. Each episode is shot in a single take.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty technically, they've done, I mean, they go through one building to another. They go through a building upstairs, downstairs, into a car and out of a car, and run through passageways and so on. And each episode is in one take, and there's a little extra video on YouTube which shows how they did it. Very impressive technically. It was also very intense as a program. So if you want to see it.
So if it's only one take, do they leave mistakes in?
Adolescence.
Apparently, they kept doing it over and over till they got it right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, so not one take.
One take in the sense that there were no cuts.
There's no cuts.
Yeah. So in a yurt and in a teepee.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
You said intense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you mean by intense here, Mano?
I mean, it's very gripping. It's about a young boy who's accused of murdering his classmate, and the interrogation he goes through, trying to get him find out whether he did it and how get him to confess. So it's emotionally, it grips you very much, and the family, how they have to deal with it, and the police officers. And it's also about incel culture, how this little boy, a young boy, is groomed by the incel culture.
Yeah, I was really interested in watching it, except I canceled my Netflix. So
Yeah, I don't have Netflix either.
Yeah.
There are ways around that.
Another single take. Have you ever heard the film Russian Ark? It's a 1.5 hour film, all shot in one take at the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg. And it had thousands of people acting. And they did it again. They had to do it in one take, and they got access to the Hermitage Museum only for one day. So they had to rehearse elsewhere and come and do it in one day at the museum. Technically, it's another tremendously challenging thing, but it's not as gripping as Adolescence in terms of the story.
What was that one called?
Russian Ark, A-R-K.
And that's on Netflix as well?
No, I saw it on, I forget where I saw it. I think it's an old film. It's about 20 years old. I think it may
Russian Ark.
Maybe on YouTube, free access.
A-R-C or A-R-K? A-R-K, you said?
A-R-K.
We should just meet and have people talk. That'd be fun. All right. So you guys just let me know. I'm trying to copy all these VHS tapes. That's what it was. It just stopped and I had to rewind it. Then I got to go push play but I'm getting it done. I just set it up tonight and it's today and it's working. So it's great. All right. So tonight we have 4 teams that are going to compete. Our team leaders tonight are going to be Brandi is going to lead off, and then it's going to be Mano, and then it's Paul Carr, and then it's going to be Jamie. So doing the bonus round. And then we will see who's going to have bragging rights for the whole week. Who knows? No psychic.
Cory Brooker has bragging rights.
Yeah, I know you guys I want to hear your stories of how you brag to people. And the more you make it up and elaborate it, I think the better. So I want to hear all the stories. So start coming up with your bragging stories of how you
You gotta win first.
No, you just, yeah, okay, whatever. Right. So team number one, who shall no longer be called team number one, of course, unless you named yourself team number one. Brandi, Celia, Gail,
none.
Peggy, and Vincent.
Hey, let me get chat up there.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Look at the chat up
What's
there.
that now?
Is that a
We-
euphemism
Good
for
name.
something?
No. We are 1 degree of separation from Kevin Bacon.
Aw. Bacon.
Because of the
Bacon.
birthday song that
Yeah, don't forget, you guys. Somebody remind me. We have to do a break. Oh, Faith Romero wrote me.
Oh yeah, he had a look. Yeah, there was
It
a
was
pig in
Ramiro
there.
that
So
wrote
was
you.
bacon,
Okay,
so-
no, not this week. I can put you on next week, Romero. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Avi, Faith, Romero, Jim, Kat, Kevin, and Mano.
Liberation Day was terrifying.
That's good. Do you guys see the stats? I was
Not very
putting up
liberating at all.
screenshots. People, somebody on Blue Skies put a message out saying they were sitting next to somebody in a bus, and the guy was reading the Wikipedia page for tariffs. And I said, "Oh, let's look." And so I showed the graph. It's on my Facebook page and everywhere else, and it's got this spike of people looking at Wikipedia to see what a tariff is.
I saw that.
But that's only one day. That's a lull. I think the next few days is going to, what you see, that spike of over 20,000 views is going to be far exceeding that. So, but Wikipedia stats only update every day, one time a day. So we don't know until the next day is loaded. Carolyn, Carl, Norman, Paul C, and Rob.
Every day is libation day now.
Libation. Yeah, you bet.
I don't get it.
Means you have to drink a lot.
We're being driven to drink.
Drinking a lot. Libation.
Libation is an alcohol. Okay, gotcha.
You thought it was dirty, didn't you, Susan?
No, I didn't really know what it was. I thought it might involve laundry or something. I don't know.
Well, if it drinks from a non-washed glass, I guess it's dirty.
I don't really drink, so I don't really know these
I
things.
am from wine countries. No, have a libation.
And I've heard that. Okay. So
that's what it
Eve.
means. Have
Okay,
a drink.
Eve, Jamie, Jane, Kyle, Paul T, and Wendy.
When people vandalize Teslas, they're being charged with battery.
Aw.
Oh.
That pun.
Sounds cute, huh?
Yeah.
Good. Okay,
And if you-
sounds good.
And
All
if
right.
you sprinkle some sodium chloride on it.
Yeah.
Brian Dunning made a post in defense of him owning a Tesla, and he said he'd buy another. And oh my God, you should see the conversation.
Well, he says he loves it. He thinks it's a wonderful car. And I mean, I get it. I like my car. All right. So we have 1 degree of separation from Kevin Bacon versus Liberation Day was terrifying versus every day is Libation Day now versus when people vandalize Teslas, they're being charged with battery. Very good. So we're on game number 262, 262, season 5, the 3 de abril 2025. So the 3rd of April, 2025. And that was all the Spanish I know. Don't know anything else now. Wait, what are you touching, Rob? I see you touching don't be touching that screen. He's on my screen,
Just
Google
checking out
Doc.
that it works properly.
He's touching it. He's touching things. Stop touching things. All right. I can see him there. Anyway, so a few people have ability to get into the spreadsheet, which is massively becoming ginormous with all everything that's on it. But and that way, if something happens to me or I'm not around, you guys can easily continue trivia. It'll be fine. All right, so we've got we're going to start off with Brandi, and I think everybody's got their permissions that are supposed to have permissions, right? Double check, make sure. And this will be Paul Carr's first time doing a category, not a thing, not a bonus. So Brandi, hold on just a second. Let me hit play.
By the way, I just looked up libation, and actually, the first definition is it's a offering to a deity.
Yeah, it's alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Joe Boo needs a refill.
same
Yeah.
thing. Absolutely. You put a libation on the altar.
Yep.
Mm.
Absolutely, which is a drink of wine, a glass of wine generally, or maybe brandy or
No, I don't think we
Brandy.
usually would put brandy on
Brandy.
the brandy. Would you want to be put on the altar? That would be very weird.
Yeah.
They often do on the Day of the Dead altars.
Yeah.
Brandy,
Yeah.
rum,
Tequila.
mezcal, all kinds of good
Well,
stuff.
if it goes back more than a few centuries, then it probably wouldn't be brandy. It would be wine or beer.
Oh, I
No,
get
that
it,
too.
Brandy. I get it. Libation Day. Okay, Brandy, you're up.
All right, so as you guys know, I'm from Las Vegas. Kyle, who's usually with me, is from Chicago, currently in Chicago right now. So he and I are always talking about the similarities between the two cities. So the category is Chicago, Las Vegas, or both.
Ooh, well, that's different.
I've lost my mouse. Okay. So number one, this city has hosted a World's Fair.
Oh, so you were supposed to guess which one of those three it is.
Yeah,
Whether
if
it's Chicago or Las Vegas or both.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
Number two, this city has more hotel rooms than any other U.S. city.
This is gonna be hard.
Number three, this city is home to the Mob Museum.
This is hard.
This city was devastated by a massive fire that reshaped its history. Number five, this city is home to a famous tower with breathtaking views. Number six, the organized crime syndicate known as the Outfit controlled much of the city's underworld, including labor unions and illegal liquor distribution during Prohibition. Number seven, a still unsolved 1929 mass killing believed to be the result of a gang rivalry remains one of the most infamous crimes in U.S. history. Which city did this take place in? I just realized I didn't really ask that. Number eight. A Ferris wheel here offers some of the best skyline views in the country. Number nine, legends suggest that this city's nearby lake served as a watery grave for mob victims, with rumors of bodies disappearing beneath its surface, some of which have been discovered years later. And number 10, a popular fountain here is known for its dazzling water shows. So let's see if I have powers, because I don't. Do you click on participants and invite?
Hit share. Hit breakout rooms.
Under more, it might say more with dots.
Oh, under more. Breakout rooms. All right.
Good job. This is very interesting, very different and quick.
It's fun, Brandi.
I think there's going to be some good discussions. I put Karen in her room. We're going to go into. We're going to go. She's leaving early. Let's put you into one because I think Brandy's leaving early.
Question is, did Vegas ever also?
Not that I know of. Yeah, I never heard of Las Vegas.
So we'll say Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City with the most hotel rooms. That's really hilarious. One's gonna assume it's Vegas, but maybe it's one of those.
I don't think
No.
so.
Do you think it's Chicago,
Be
Susan?
both.
No, I think.
No, I think it's Las Vegas.
My impulse is Las Vegas. I don't think.
Well,
it's
my
like
impulse
conference.
too. It's only if it's a trick question.
I think it's Chicago.
See,
I vote Las Vegas.
You think it's Chicago, and then you get up and walk away.
So
Come back and
Susan,
argue
you have
that
to
point.
you have to tell
Susan.
us your rationale for that.
Come
Is it
on.
my rationale that it was a trick question? Oh no, where'd she go?
She's sharing her screen, I think.
Or we could move on. Well,
let's
and
say
again,
Las Vegas for now. We'll come
I
back
would
and argue it.
assume that the Mob Museum is in Chicago, but
Well,
maybe
I know there's a mob museum in Las Vegas.
Oh, there
maybe
is?
it's
I don't
Okay.
know if
both.
there's another one in Chicago, but
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
either
no. If you
Vegas
know
or
it's in
both.
Vegas, then it's in Vegas.
It could be both.
it could be both. I
Oh, there
know it's
is
in
one in
Vegas, but I
Vegas?
don't know if it isn't. If there's one
But
in Chicago.
it's tacky enough to just be Vegas.
I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I think
Mob Museum. Mob
I
Museum is really good.
bet there's one in Chicago too.
But
I wouldn't be surprised if there was one in Chicago too.
I mean, it's
The Mob Museum in Las Vegas is called that, but it's more a museum about the history of Las Vegas than anything else.
Right. So it's probably, it must be just Vegas.
Yeah, I would say that too.
I think it's both.
Who's putting this up? Oh,
There.
Well, four.
Gail, you put the mob for the answer to the Mob Museum question.
Oh,
And that's wrong.
I knew
mob.
it. I knew
No,
it.
she knows. She's in Vegas. She knows the mob runs the hotel rooms.
They did.
They're their
Not
own.
anymore, but
That's
they
better.
did.
So number four, obviously Chicago had the famous
Chicago
fire.
had one. I don't know of one happening here.
And
Well,
they're
there was the one at
misnumbered,
the
by the way.
MGM.
They're not
It
numbered
was a
right.
fire, but it didn't devastate the whole city. It just
I would say Chicago had the massive fire.
To
Right.
reshape history, yeah.
Just the only question is, did Vegas also? But
I've never heard of a big
I
fire
never
in
heard
Las
of
Vegas.
Las Vegas fire.
Hi,
The
Karen.
MGM
Hi,
fire.
Karen.
The MGM fire. Just let me say that it reshaped the whole history of how fire suppression and fire. How.
Oh my God, you're right. There was where the skeptics had, where Elvis Presley used to be, and the skeptics had their event there. It changed, and people say there's still ghosts and stuff there. It did. You're right, Susan.
Both.
It
We
changed.
finally got a both.
But it changed laws of how buildings were built and how fire suppression things and.
Pero mira, this is the thing. The city was devastated. That was just one hotel. The phrase says the city was devastated, Susan.
I still think it's both.
Well, okay, Susan is correct that one building had a fire, and they changed what the laws were nationwide for fire prevention and safety. Pero mira, it says the city was devastated, Susan.
Okay, so take a vote, you guys.
I say just Chicago.
I would say both.
And then we argue like crazy if it's not just Chicago.
I was for it, Susan, but for those words,
Yeah.
I'm going to say just Chicago.
Okay,
And it's
Dallas,
reshaped the history of the city, not just fire suppression, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't
Although that
say
is
that.
an
It says
interesting. That's
it reshaped
interesting,
its
Susan.
history. Oh yeah, it
I
does say
didn't know
the
that.
city. All right, okay. I've been outvoted, but I stand on my feet.
You
So
can
we're
always say I
saying,
told
we're
you
saying
so.
just Chicago before?
Just Chicago, and we can come back and argue later.
Okay.
Famous towers, aren't there famous towers in both cities?
I don't know what you
I
call
would say
famous.
both. I would say
What is-
both.
Gail, isn't there a famous tower with a breathtaking view in Las Vegas?
The city is home to a famous tower. Yeah, there's definitely one in Las Vegas, but
What's it
Which
called?
one?
If it's a famous tower, it needs a name.
it
It
has
starts
a
with
name.
an S.
Okay, then it has a name.
Stratosphere.
Stratosphere is the
But
name.
would you
yeah.
call that famous?
And
Does Chicago also have one?
Sears Tower.
Yeah,
Sears
Sears
Tower in
Tower.
Chicago.
So we're going to say both?
Absolutely.
I like both.
I think it's just
I
Chicago.
like both. I said both.
And now Gail says it's just Chicago.
The Sears Tower was for a while the biggest, tallest building in the world.
It was for a long time. It's still very famous.
It's Chicago.
It still has a breathtaking view, does it not?
It's got views, but they're not breathtaking.
Oh, these
Oh,
numbers are
gosh.
now really confusing to me, Gail.
The legal definition of takes your breath
I
away.
erased one by accident. Now I'm trying to fix it. 4 is the fire, right?
Chicago.
Yeah, 5 is.
Just hit Control
So
Z.
4 is Chicago.
You could just go up to the little thing that goes. Never mind.
Undo. Just undo.
People seem to be wrapping up, so.
What is 3 then? Because then
We need more time, Brandi. This is
You
your
need more
team. You
time?
gotta give us more
Okay.
time.
We had some tech problems.
To anyone watching the recording, we do not give preference to teams that are hosting the categories.
Shut up.
Okay, the breathtaking.
That's both.
The tower with breathtaking views, we're going to say both.
Both.
Yeah, there's got to be a
I
both
still
in there
say it's
somewhere.
Chicago.
Number 6 has got to be Chicago because
Chicago.
Prohibition.
Yeah, because that was that
There's no Las Vegas during Prohibition.
And then number 7, that mass killing,
thing.
wasn't that the Valentine's Day massacre?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
also
that's Chicago, too.
1929.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
Vegas wasn't a big deal in 29.
Yeah, in 29 there was like
No,
just
in 29 it wasn't. No.
boroughs in
So
Vegas.
that's Chicago.
So there is a Ferris wheel in Vegas, but I don't know. Is there one in Chicago?
Yes, there is on the pier.
Yeah,
All
lots
right,
of them have
both. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot
I
of
mean,
places
at least there was
One
in the-
could very
in the
well argue
late
that it's
80s.
not a Ferris wheel. We've all been taught never to call the one here as a Ferris wheel.
What is it?
So, but I think the answer.
Well,
has to be
wait.
no.
That could be a trick question if it's not a Ferris.
That's why I said that.
Okay, if
Okay,
it's not a
let's go to
Ferris
9.
wheel, then go with what you say.
What is it called? If it's not, what's it called then? Not a Ferris wheel. It's called a.
I don't remember what it's
The
called.
wheel. It's called the
They've been
link.
taught- They've been carefully taught it's not to be called a Ferris wheel.
Well, it's a
But it
link.
is a Ferris wheel, right?
Is the brand, the company that owns it's called Link.
Okay.
And they just it's
Link,
called
yeah.
a wheel.
So it's a
I'm gonna
Ferris
go
wheel
ahead and call back.
in. Okay.
I think you're
Legend
overthinking
suggests
it. It's a Ferris wheel.
number 9 probably Chicago because is there a lake near?
And number 10, both.
Chicago.
Yeah. It's on Lake Michigan.
And yeah, and then
And there is that
number 10
famous fountain in Las Vegas, right?
And
there
then
is.
number 10, both.
In front of the Bellagio, there's a famous fountain. So it would be
Yeah,
both.
and then down on the waterfront, Chicago has like a museum with something.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, we're done, Brandi.
Pero mira, number 8, based on what Gail said, it could be a trick question. If Las Vegas insists on not calling it a Ferris wheel, perhaps number 8 is just Chicago.
But everybody's
yeah, it
going to
could
be
go either
calling
way,
it a Ferris
depending on
wheel.
whether
But
has to
isn't
be
a
Ferris
giant wheel that has cars that people sit in and go around?
Yep.
Yeah, Brandi couldn't say, is there a giant wheel with these things people sit in that goes around?
Yeah.
She could if it's called a hooply la 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 la.
But they wouldn't call it that in Chicago.
No. Chicago, it's a Ferris wheel. Definitely there's a Ferris wheel in Chicago.
So what do you want to say? You want to
I
say
think both.
Chicago,
Still
or you
a
want to say
Ferris
both?
wheel, whether they call it that or not. They call the one in London the Eye.
Yeah, but
still
it's a Ferris wheel.
Okay.
Right.
I'm
Brandi's not going to
convinced.
do that.
I'm
She's not
convinced.
that
Okay.
kind of evil.
Brenda,
person.
you're ready for us to argue if you say it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
both.
gird your
people wanna
loins,
argue
Brandi.
over.
We'll be snarking and snapping.
She's not even in here. So
Yes, she
He
is.
is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
are?
accepting
Oh,
argument.
where?
She's not
Oh,
accepting
there,
argument. She doesn't
okay.
feel great today, so she's done. She's done with it. She's like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
Well, this was
You
a
gotta
fun
make sure you write that
category.
down.
Take it up with the committee if you don't like it.
Oh, the
That's a bad
committee.
sign. She's gonna tell us we can't have
We
it.
have a mob museum there.
It just
We
isn't
know the right
logical.
answer. Whether
I
or not
think
we
it's-
just put it
I
down.
think it's fine. It's
We
both.
know that we have a wheel. and we're
Brandi
not
wouldn't do
supposed to
that.
call it a Ferris wheel.
Now, if it
We
was
know the
if it was
answer.
Rob, maybe.
Yeah. He's already.
You guys want to come up with stuff like this in the future? Do it. That'd be fun. That was nice.
So the song that was sung to me is a parody of All the Things I Like About You.
Yeah, I got
No.
No, it wasn't. It was the
That's what it sounded like
Romantics.
to me. No.
It was the Romantics. What I Like About You.
What I like
What I
about
like
That's what I
about
thought, yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of it.
It sounds the same beat as ROCK in the USA by John Mellencamp.
Yeah.
That one.
Well,
All right, Brandi, you're up.
every time I hear the word Chicago, I think of the quails because that's the sound they make. Chicago, Chicago. That's the crazy birder humor.
All right, we're ready?
Where's Robin's in
Yeah,
Madrid.
ready.
Yes, we are ready.
All right, so number one, the city has hosted a World's Fair. The answer is Chicago in 1893 and 1933.
Ready.
Number two, this city has more hotel rooms than any other U.S. city. That's Las Vegas.
Ah, I thought it for
Ooh.
sure it was Chicago.
What?
Number three, the city is home to the Mob Museum. That is Las Vegas.
Yeehaw.
Oh, darn it. I thought it'd be both.
Who was going to
I know, it
dissent?
does seem like it would be.
Who was going to dissent? No, I'm just kidding.
All right, number four, this city was devastated by a massive fire that reshaped its history. That is both the Great Chicago Fire of 1871 and the MGM Grand Fire in Las Vegas in 1980.
Subjective.
Thank you. No, because they changed law. It changed a lot of laws.
Yeah.
Subjective.
Just
That's
saying.
what I figured. Fire codes and laws going forward.
And the people who live there were devastated.
Mhm.
Yep.
Number five is both. The city is home to a famous tower with breathtaking views. That's the Sears Tower in Chicago and the Stratosphere in Las Vegas.
Better known as what you talking about, Willis Tower.
The landmark.
Talking about Willis Tower.
Number six, the organized crime syndicate known as the Outfit worked in both Chicago and Las Vegas.
Really? In Prohibition, really? During Prohibition?
Well, it said including labor unions and illegal liquor distribution during Prohibition, but might not have been doing Prohibition in Vegas. I'm not 100%, but definitely with the unions.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Number seven, a still unsolved 1929 mass killing believed to be the result of a gang rivalry remains one of the most infamous crimes in U.S. history. That is the Valentine's Day Massacre in Chicago.
We should ask some psychics. I'm sure they could fix it. They can solve it.
Number eight, the Ferris wheel.
Back and forth on this so many times.
Both.
Yes.
Here's Centennial Wheel in Chicago and the High Roller in Las Vegas.
I was right.
I thought it was called the Link.
It's in the link.
By the
is
link.
place.
Oh, the Link is the place.
The high roller at the link.
And
Interestingly,
number
the
nine.
wall for the wall for the St. Valentine's Day Massacre is in Las Vegas.
What?
At the Mob Museum.
Oh, right.
Oh.
So number nine, both cities have lakes with mob-related rumors.
They've been discovered in Chicago?
There's a lake in Las Vegas?
I don't think
No,
there's
Lake Mead.
Yeah,
that's
nearby.
Lake Mead.
There's
But I
not
don't
that
know about it
nearby.
washed up, though.
And
I
number
thought
10,
Las Vegas was too dry for a lake.
Oh,
No, they have a lake.
Oh, Lake Mead.
Lake Mead.
number 10 is
Never
Las
been.
Vegas, the Bellagio fountains.
No, there's also a fountain in Chicago.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, and it lights up and does all kinds of stuff for people.
Yeah,
to cross.
Apparently,
actually-
it's not popular because that's a relative term.
Oh,
It's
it
not
is so.
It's mobbed with people.
It is
Not
so.
not enough people.
I
Sorry.
saw it when I was there.
It's in my picture right now. That's
Site.
it. That's the start of Married with Children too.
But yeah,
You
I'm
can
telling you,
direct all complaints to the committee.
I'm gonna call Elon Musk is gonna get to the bottom of this.
You can
Oh, yeah,
file
he's got it on his list.
you can file a formal complaint of shenanigans.
It's a
yeah,
tourist
oh,
site,
yeah.
Chicago.
That was fun, Brandi. Good job, and it was
Yeah, that was neat. Made you
Quick.
I
think.
like that category.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be going to Chicago apparently, so this will be fun because
Don't go to the fountain. I hear it's not that dazzling.
No big deal.
Damn fountain.
You'll be the only one
See that
there because it's not
I'm gonna
popular.
go count those hotel rooms because I think it's actually Chicago.
Susan, have
No
you been
way.
to
We
Chicago
didn't even
before?
have a question about
Every
that
single
one,
hotel
Susan.
has like hundreds of hotel
Yeah,
rooms.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I've stayed at like 12 rooms in that freaking city. I've never been to Chicago. There you go. And
I agree with Kevin, but I'm not arguing.
1 sec.
1 second, he went to go count.
I'll be right back.
Sorry, my parents are calling me.
Oh,
Scores.
or they should
Scores.
be here. All right,
Scores.
so let's go through our scores. When people vandalize Teslas, they're being charged with battery.
I believe we had an 8. Yeah.
8. And you're in Chicago. All right. Every day is libation day now.
9.
9.
99.
Oh, better than
All
we
right.
thought.
Liberation Day was terrifying.
I think we got 9.
1 degree of separation from Kevin Bacon.
7.
Ooh, and that was Brandy's team.
Hey, that's yours.
The curse. The curse.
The curse.
We were not
8.3.
allowed to fight some of those questions.
Yeah, Brandy, you got to toughen it up, girl. That was easy, I guess, for everybody but your own team. Good job. Good job. All right. We're moving on to Mano. Mano, you have your powers. What you got for us tonight?
Today is literature.
All right. I know.
Oh.
I've read.
I've read comics too.
I can read.
So the questions are going. I'm going to give you quotations that I think should be familiar to everybody. I want to know who wrote them.
Who wrote it or the title?
Author.
The author. If you know the title of the work, that's a bonus. You can pat yourself on the back. But all I want is the author.
So if we know the title but not the author, we don't get the point. Okay.
You don't get the point. Give credit to the author.
Okay.
As an author myself, I think that's very important. Okay.
So who said give credit to the author? Is that number 1?
Mano
said it.
Mano said it.
He's an author.
That's the bonus.
That's it.
All right. The first one.
What?
He's working on it.
Oh.
Hang on.
Technical difficulties.
I do it in one cut.
Copy.
Pat, are you going to the conference this year?
All right.
Oh, cool. Don't forget my favorite pup, okay?
That's can everyone? Oh, sorry, I should hit this return.
Pretty sure it's your turn to buy, Vincent.
Well, yeah.
Can everyone see the first one?
Yes.
Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past.
Right.
Got to put that in quotes.
Oh, that does sound familiar.
All these are quotes, so I didn't put the quotes. Then this one, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. The third, the best laid schemes of mice and men gang aft agley. The fourth, and the life of man, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short.
Hit return.
Oh, sorry. There we go. Thank you. 5. The long run is a misleading guide to current affairs. In the long run, we are all dead.
Oh, gee, that's a lovely one.
That's dark, Mano.
Yep.
Whew.
A lot of these, the context, I'll talk about the context later.
Yeah. Don't give it
Something
away.
positive, please. Hurry.
Number 6. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Seven. It's a stanza from a poem. 6 was also from a poem. Full many a gem of purest ray serene, the dark unfathomed caves of ocean bare. Full many a flower is born to blush unseen and waste its sweetness on the desert air.
Oh,
I have no idea what that just said.
I like that.
Poetry's lost on me.
But it captures ideas in a very evocative way.
Mm.
Next one, 8, no man is an island. Okay, number 9. A man, after he has brushed off the dust and chips of his life, will have left only the hard, clean questions. Was it good or was it evil? Have I done well or ill? The last one, the past is never dead. It's not even past.
Mhm.
All right, so those are the 10. Who the authors of those passages?
Cool.
Any questions?
That's pretty
Capital
straightforward.
of Nigeria.
Nice category. Raise our intellectual level.
It's also a quick one too. Good job.
Okay, let's see, go to more and breakout rooms. I click on breakout rooms.
Mhm.
And then you decide when you want to close them.
Okay,
Okay.
open all rooms. There we go.
Hello, team. Hello, my team.
I got reasonable guesses for the first
Question, are these all like authors, or are they sometimes people who just said these things?
He said literature.
He's
Literature,
one of the
okay.
authors that
Okay.
wrote
Yeah,
it.
so the first one is George Orwell, 1984. I think 2 is Shakespeare, but
Tennyson.
It's Tennyson.
oh, okay.
Alfred
Tennyson. Okay. 3 is Robert Burns.
Robert what?
Burns.
Robert Burns. 4 is Thomas Hobbes.
Gosh.
What is
5
Gang Aft Agley?
Going after Glay. Anyway, that's to a mouse. Anyway, 5. I think that's Keynes, the economist.
Who?
Keynes.
Keynes?
I think it's Key. But anyway. And a 6, of course, is Robert Frost.
Yeah.
Well, of course. I don't know.
Not my favorite poem, but
Now we're getting to the ones where I say
I thought the best laid schemes of mice and men was Steinbeck.
he used that from the for the title.
Oh, he didn't say it. Okay.
Of mice and the messages. Yeah. So So it yes. Yeah. Okay, so 7. Anybody got an idea for 7? Or 8 or 9 or 10? Because I don't know.
You covered the ones that I knew.
Okay.
I knew Orwell, Tennyson, and Frost for sure. Wasn't sure about Burns, but
No, number 8 is Trump today.
No, we would have put him on an island.
that would have been Dolly Parton. Oh no, wait, that's Islands in the Stream.
Yeah, let's see. Well, let's see. Didn't he put tariffs
ocean bear?
on islands that are only inhabited by penguins?
and nobody too.
Ooh. is the past is never dead. It's not even past. Is that Darn.
That sounds almost Mark Twain-ish.
Which one?
Number 10.
No, I was thinking no, the is
Bonnie
that
Get Faulkner.
same guy who wrote The Past is a Different Country. They do things
Faulkner?
differently there.
Are they all men? I
Could
guess
be.
only men
So
wrote.
far, yeah. So far,
Yeah,
they're
so
all-
far. What about Faulkner?
Faulkner. I think that sounds
10?
possible for 10.
Okay.
What's his first name?
William Faulkner.
Is William Fucker.
William Faulkner.
Faulkner.
Yeah.
His wife is Martha.
No Man is an Island, I think it's from like there's a book called No Man is an Island.
Yeah, but if it's the title, it's probably
But I think it's
somebody
a
earlier.
poetry book, I think.
No Man is an Island is the guy who wrote Robert Louis Stevenson, right? I mean, it's Robert Louis Stevenson, the guy who wrote the
Robinson Crusoe.
Robinson Crusoe.
I think.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I'm joking. I
no.
don't know.
Yeah, No Man is an Island. Yes. No Man is an Island.
Just take a guess and put like Thoreau or something.
Yeah, Thoreau.
Keats. How about
But-
Keats is the poem?
Keats.
Yeah.
Keats.
Yeah.
Keats.
Yeah.
But type Keats.
Well, Thoreau is Thoreau. I think.
Yes.
Keats.
Yeah.
And I think it's spelled Keats.
Yeah.
Ats.
Mhm.
What was the first name?
I can't. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Should we do Thoreau for 9?
Uh,
I don't see why not.
We still have to do number 7. Could that be Mary Shelley? Could that be from Frankenstein?
9.
Yeah.
9?
Why not?
Yeah,
If-
go with Mary Shelley.
I think Keats was 7. Or you could put him for 7 and 8. I don't know.
Put Mary Shelley for number 9.
I think that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so William and Martha Faulkner wrote something together.
Why do you have Martha Faulkner there?
Kevin.
I was joking when I said
He was
Martha.
joking. He don't. Anyway, so did we want to do Keats for 7 and then do Thoreau for 8?
Wasn't Keats a poet?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Keats was a poet.
Okay, do Keats for 7. And I think it's Thoureau.
Throeau, I think.
Eau.
I will be right back.
And
I have to
let's
feed
see,
this thing before it
okay,
eats me.
okay, somebody.
Okay. Don't want to eat your face.
Get rid
Okay,
of Martha
okay, what,
Faulkner. That was
what
a
did we
joke.
put for 2?
Faulkner. It's not Fokker. This is not Meet the Fockers.
I know, that's why it's a joke. Martha Faulkner.
Here,
Motherfucker.
motherfucker. You would
Okay,
did to me April.
what did we decide on for 2?
2, I think we just Tennyson. Lord Alfred Tennyson.
I think that's spelled with a Y in the middle.
Yeah.
And Y.
Instead of I, it's a Y.
Tennyson.
Yes. So Ramiro played a very funny joke on me on April Fool's Day, and I fell for it.
Oh.
What was it?
He bought seeds, and he changed the web page to make it look like he had bought Joshua tree seeds. And all I did was look at the picture, and I didn't realize that the web page was talking about broccoli. And he had me fooled for like a good 5 minutes that he had bought Joshua tree seeds to try to grow in our humid southern environment. And I was like, it's not gonna live here. And you bought seeds for $5. You made me fall for a fool joke.
Burns.
Oh,
Robert Burns, that's spelled with a U, if I remember right. B-U-Y. Yeah.
B-U-Y.
No Y, just B-U-R-Y-N. Yeah, did I?
Like that.
No Y in there.
No way. Okay.
B-U-R-N.
Yeah, Bobby Burns.
Robert Burns.
Do you guys have a chain near you called Bobby Burns Pub?
No.
No. We had 4 or 5 of them around here, but now I think there's only one left, I think.
What do they sell?
It's like a bar, Bobby Burns Pub. They had, decent food.
Yeah. We found Malort here in our local ABC store, so we have a bottle of the wonderful Chicago concoction downstairs. I don't know why I bought it. I think nostalgia. I need to register for
Are we sure about number 7?
7, I thought was Keats because it was a poem.
Okay. I was hoping that something would be Rod Serling. But
I was hoping Mary Shelley, I guess. I don't think it's Mary Shelley, but whatever.
I think it is. I think that's from Frankenstein.
Well, I guess it's possible.
Yeah. Are we thoroughly sure about 8?
I'm not sure about any of these, but you guys knew all of them compared. I knew none of them.
I would have just been making up names of things. I'd say that's a author. I think they said that. It'd be like
Who did the thing about Walden Woods? Was that Thoreau?
That was Keats, wasn't it?
No.
Was it?
Walden Pond was Thoreau.
Okay.
Thoreau, yeah.
A Life in the Woods. Yeah.
I did some work on a house over there.
Are you ready to shut down the room?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay.
And there's a 2 minutes anyway, so.
So I'm back in the room I should be, and now
No, you could be wherever you want, Mano, because I used to take your powers away from you.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking powers away from anybody. So
I close all the rooms and okay, fine.
Yeah. The only problem is that if you don't have your powers, you'll end up in a.
But this is his room, so you should.
I know, but if he had.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'll close the
You
room.
can put yourself back wherever.
Okay, bye.
Marcus
Yeah.
It was a tough category for me, but
Yeah.
you kicked ass, man. That was awesome.
Them nosies.
Yeah.
And somehow it was the first 6, and then I clueless on the next 4.
That's 6 more than I got.
I would have put Steinbeck. I didn't even know that was a quote of his.
Let's see. Another one by Keynes is when I find new data, I change my mind. What do you do? Or something along those lines.
Who said that?
Keynes.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. He was an economist who's pretty influential mid-20th century Keynesian economics.
No, no idea who that is. But it doesn't surprise me. I don't know a lot of stuff, so that's fine. I'm willing to live with it.
Oh, by the way, what was our score for last round?
9.
9 or 8. I like that we have such diverse categories here. Okay, go ahead, Mano.
Okay, listening in, some people seem to get most, but it seemed to be a bit difficult. But Susan, you wanted difficult categories, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, you got your wish. Okay, so here's the first one, which I think most people got. George Orwell, 1984. Who controls the past, controls the future. Who controls the present, controls the past. Number 2.
And that's actually one I've read. I read that.
That's a long time ago when I read that.
And you didn't get it?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, our team. Well, Jim knew that right off the bat.
I actually read it before 1984.
Yeah.
Most people, I think, got that.
I did too.
The second one was Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Yay! Good job, Karen.
Yep, we got it.
Right.
Shakespeare was a hot.
Got that wrong.
But people didn't.
Karen, you knew.
Yay! Good for Karen.
Yeah, I heard Karen making a strong case for that. That was good.
We changed our mind based on that.
Yeah,
Well, but it sounds like a lot of people got it.
Yeah, but I saw
But we almost didn't.
All right, the third one here, it's by Robert Burns, and I'm giving it's 8 stanzas, a poem, and I'm giving the last 2 of those where he says, "But Mousie, thou art know thy lane, improving foresight may be vain. The best laid schemes of mice and men gang aft agley, and leave us naught but grief and pain for promised joy. Still, thou art blessed compared with me. The present only toucheth thee. But oh, I backward cast my eye on prospects drear, and forward though I cannot see, I guess and fear." And the context for the Burns wrote this poem about a field mouse that's preparing for winter and carefully builds a nest of twigs and leaves and so on to protect it from the harsh winter. But then a farmer's plow comes and just tears it all up. And so he's telling the mouse, he's sympathizing with the mouse and saying, for one thing, he says, as humans, we should care more for animals and their rights. But he also then tells them, but he says, he's telling the mouse, you and I, we share some things. We both make plans which are destroyed by events over which we have no control. But one difference between you and me is that you live only in the present, whereas I can see events in the past where my plans have been destroyed, and I foresee that in the future too, my plans will be destroyed. It's a lovely poem if you get the chance. It's called.
What's the translation of that Gaelic or whatever it is?
It's a Scottish dialect.
What is it, and what does that mean, that phrase?
Goes often awry.
Or astray.
Oh, okay.
Goes often awry or astray.
Astray, yeah. I see. When I've read it was astray, but okay.
Yeah, right. And then of course Steinbeck.
I was going to say that was
Yeah.
when Steinbeck got that title of Mice and Men, which is personally my favorite Steinbeck.
Really?
Yeah, I love that book.
Did you see the movie? Have you seen the movie?
I've seen a couple movies.
Yeah, one with
But it takes place in Soledad in the Salinas Valley.
Right around here.
Yeah.
All right, number 4. Hang on. Is Thomas Hobbes, the philosopher.
Oh, good job, Jim.
Leviathan. And this Hobbes was an interesting guy. He said in nature, human beings are awful. They just fight with each other and will kill and destroy each other and rob each other. And the only way to prevent that is by assigning a sovereign, some sort of despot who has all the powers and can do what he likes. But the only responsibility that sovereign has is to keep you safe. And so basically it was an argument in favor of despotism, But this was in 1651, and it was considered revolutionary at that time because he didn't say the sovereign had the divine right. It was not the divine right of kings. The sovereign was put in power by people. And once they're put in power, the sovereign can do what they like. But if they don't keep the people safe, the people have the right to overthrow the sovereign.
Can we do that now?
I thought it was kind of timely.
Yes, it is. And thank you for that.
team.
Do you
It was an
mean we have to
interesting
take over Susan's position and appoint somebody else?
I'm keeping you all safe.
Interesting
much.
contrast and comparison.
Keeping you off the streets every Thursday night. If you show
An
up.
interesting contrast and comparison between Hobbes and Machiavelli.
I'm sorry, team. I got that totally wrong. I'm sorry.
Number 5.
You're fired.
Here is a fuller quote. The long run is a misleading guide to current affairs. In the long run, we are all dead.
Good job, whoever got it on our team.
Economists set themselves too easy, too useless a task if in tempestuous seasons they can only tell us that when the storm is past, the ocean is flat again. That first part, that first sentence that I quoted, it's been misused in the sense that people argue that Keynes, the economist Keynes, John Maynard Keynes, cared only about the present. He didn't care about the future. But what he was actually saying in this is that those who think that, let's not worry about the present, the future will come back, it'll be all fine in the future, those people are the ones who are mistaken. And he was talking in terms of unemployment at a time of high unemployment. He said, you can't just ignore unemployment. You have to do so and say in the long run, it will settle again to a reasonable value. You have to take action to solve that by essentially government spending, and hence the term Keynesian economics, where you could use fiscal policies to control the employment rates.
And we could use some of that now.
My favorite economist.
Yeah.
Your favorite economist.
Then the next one, I think a lot of people knew this. I'm giving the full, it was Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken.
Hit the enter, it didn't come out.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Here's the full poem. And it's another poem worth saying, and it's again one that's misinterpreted. It said, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So people often say this as saying that if you take the less popular road, it leads to a more rewarding life. But that's not what he's saying. If you read the poem, both roads are equally trodden. It's a bit of an ambiguous poem. What he's really saying is that when you face a choice in life, you take one, and you may think you can try the other later, but once you have taken one path, there's no going back. The other path is gone forever.
Yeah.
And when you look back on life, you may look back on choices that you make and say, maybe I should have taken the other one. But that's inevitable regret of life, that we have to make choices, and the choice not taken is one that we may regret. And that's what he's...
Now,
Or
now
like
what-
or like Yogi Berra said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Yeah.
Thank you for reading that, Mano. Thank you for
poem-
reading the whole thing.
Yeah, he explicitly states a yellow wood. So this occurs in the fall of the year, at least for anybody living in the North Temperate Zone would.
Yeah, it is in the fall, and it talks about the leaves covering the ground and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But
fall is, traditionally, literary wise and so on, a season of great transitions.
Yeah.
Going into the winter.
The autumn of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Interestingly, this poem was very familiar to me because it was the theme of my high school graduating class.
Oh.
And it is often used that way to tell people to take a road less traveled. But as I said, it's not really, both roads were equally traveled in the poem.
Mhm.
It's really regret about choices not taken.
The lines that have always resonated with me. I mean, it plays like a little mantra in my head over the years since I first heard this, is the two lines, "Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back." And I've embraced that as a positive in my life, knowing, oh my God, this could lead to a lot of regret. So I use that as, great, this is going to lead on to another possibility, another possibility, another possibility, to avoid that tendency towards regret instead of appreciation for what is.
Exactly. Very nice. Next one, again, it's a long poem. It's Thomas Gray, Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard. And I'm giving the full stanza, full men that he said. And, it's about unseen and unsung and unheard talent that happens to bloom in the wrong place at the wrong time, and we miss it. And it's a nice poem. There are other memorable lines from that same poem, and I given 3. The paths of glory lead but to the grave, far from the madding crowd, and melancholy marked him for her own. Those are also well-known phrases from that same poem that I thought. It's a lovely poem. Number 8 is another poem, and I'll give it's not a long one. I'll give the full one. It's by John Donne, For Whom the Bell.
Oh, sorry, team.
No man is an island entire of itself. Each is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a cloud is washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were.
Man, it's not in the chat. Hit enter.
Please.
Thank you.
There you go.
No man is an island entire of itself. Each is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If a cloud be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as if the manner of thine own or of thine friends were. Each man's death diminishes me, for I am involved in mankind. Therefore, send not to know for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee.
Oh.
And
Send not to know for whom the bell tolls.
We are all part of one humanity, and each loss is our loss. So when we hear the bell, we hear the bell tolling for somebody's death, ask not for whom it tolls. It also tolls for.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Poetry is much more interesting when it's explained to you. Otherwise it's just a bunch of words that don't
Take a class, Susan.
Hell no.
It's a beautiful thing.
Hemingway took it for the title for his book, right? For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Right.
Yeah.
One of his books. The next one.
Oh no, it is not John Steinbeck. Oh no.
Oh no, we missed that one.
We missed it.
We actually got that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steinbeck, and we were talking about him too.
Yeah. Oh man, I thought I would recognize something if I saw it. I didn't see it.
Oh, you know what? I should have recognized that from East of Eden, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's obvious.
Okay, 10. The past is never dead, it's not even past. And it continues. All of us labor in, it's William Faulkner, Requiem for a Nun.
Oh, it was William Faulkner.
All of us labor in webs spun long before we were born, webs of heredity and environment, of desire and consequence, of history and eternity. We are just all part of this continuous web and goes on, and so it never dies.
So he had to have died long before there was any knowledge of genes and chromosomes.
Oh yeah, but
he's Mendel had done his stuff.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Earlier, yeah.
Even without genes, he was saying we are the children of people, and we are their children, and all that is one continuous stream that we are part of. and so it never really dies. There's an interesting anecdote about this. Have any of you seen the film Midnight in Paris, a Woody Allen film?
Yeah, that was the one with the young guy,
Wilson.
blonde hair.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson plays a character.
Owen Wilson.
He travels back in time in Paris to the 1920s, and it's a time travel kind of thing. And he mixes with the famous people who are there, such as F. Scott Fitzgerald and Ernest Hemingway. And in the film, he rephrases the line as the past is not dead. Actually, it's not even past. He says that in the film, and the Faulkner estate sued Sony Pictures for copyright infringement. So that went to court. But then the judge said, no, this is fair use. You can't just take taking 9 lines and not even exact the same lines, perfectly fair use. And so they sued it. But the Faulkner estate apparently is pretty stingy about allowing people to use Faulkner's words.
Wow.
Are you allowed
Because
to do
it's
what you
all
just
one
said?
long web of jerks.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Are you doing it right now?
I know.
You know what surprises me on this is this was a requiem for a nun. So
Yeah.
like a particular nun that he was writing this for? How curious.
It's interesting. I have read quite a bit of Faulkner, but not this particular book. I keep meaning to read it. But
You don't know if there's a particular story of a particular nun that he wanted to write to for some particular reason.
Faulkner is not an easy read. And
No.
in fact, on my desk here, I've got Absalom, which is my next book to read, but I haven't got around to Requiem for a Nun. But,
So we won't be seeing you for a while, is what you're saying.
I'm just going to say, I was saying that the only way that statement actually makes sense is in a time travel movie. So I was almost right. I was arguing for a time travel film.
Okay, so that's it.
Well, that was good,
done,
Mano.
Mano.
Thank you.
It was sure nice to hear all those quotations in Mano's accent.
Oh, yeah. I'm really bummed that I didn't get that Steinbeck. That really is embarrassing.
Me too. I really feel like I should have known that.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to it. It even sounds like Steinbeck, besides
once you
that particular
realize it.
novel that
East of Eden. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of being Salinas.
Seriously. Okay, so 1 degree of separation from Kevin Bacon.
5.
That's all. Oh
Yep.
Yep.
All right. When people vandalize Teslas, they're being charged with battery.
Two.
Wow. Every day is Liberation Day now. Libation Day now.
7.
Oh, geez. All right. Liberation Day was terrifying. Terrifying.
Terrifying.
That was clever, whoever came up with that.
7 is what I count.
Oh, Mano, you didn't take your team. Look at that, 5.3.
Is that what you were looking for? Average 5?
5, 4 to 6. 5 is probably about right. Eve, JP, Jane, Kyle, Paul T, and Wendy, get back to your literature now. So let's do a photo and then let's do a song before we take a break. So before
Susan, before we do, can I show everyone a new feature on Zoom? I just discovered, which might change our games.
Okay.
Go to chat and see if this works on chat. Okay, go to chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see a dog.
Yeah. You can share. You can share images and files on chat.
Oh, so it just started.
Just started. This is brand new. If you click on it, I think it gives you a much bigger picture.
Yeah, it came up full screen.
What? Is that your puppy?
Yeah, that's my puppy.
He's beautiful.
That is
What a beauty.
massive. Look how red that dog is.
Yeah, he's really red.
Presumably, I could save this to somewhere on my computer if I wanted it, right?
Yeah. This is
if you click on it, there's a download icon. You can download it.
It'll save it somewhere.
Right.
That is a beautiful dog.
Thank you.
There's add reactions. Is that new? Did we always been able to do that?
Oh my God, that's all new. It's just started.
We used to take pictures.
No, this has been there for a few months. Both of
Yeah,
these.
this is relatively new, but it's been there for a little while.
I've never noticed it before.
I've never seen that. Now we can share images on chat. That's fantastic.
I think it probably has to be turned on by the user's system to allow it, because we cannot do this.
Oh, look at us.
In the RFR Zoom
Yeah,
session.
that's a nice photo.
Poor Romero.
Hold on, let me overthink.
Romero's standing there. I get up and I have to go to the next place I'm going to, and Romero takes a step backwards.
Yeah, Romero's just about to
like
fall off the stage.
3 feet behind. Boom! I didn't even see it. That was really sad. I feel bad. He lived. He didn't die.
Oh no!
That's a good picture.
Okay. All right, so let's do a picture. So let me get to the screen. Is everybody that wants to be in a picture here? Kevin?
Yeah, it's not working for some reason. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
What are you doing, Avi?
You better bring it
Canada's
up.
not for sale.
I was able to send PowerPoints through the chat. Remember?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Yeah, you've always been able to send a link, but this is
files.
Like a photo.
Okay, I think I'm gonna head to sleep now.
You don't want to sing a song? We have to sing.
I'll sing the song
Avi, we
first.
need your voice.
Avi, you have to be here. For
Everybody be quiet and listen to Avi sing.
Ave.
Good.
Oh, remember?
Ave Maria.
It's icon. I said we're going to sing Ave Maria, and then I got up on stage and I said, "All right, so we've got Avi. Now
Where's
Maria?"
Where's Maria?
So-
I said that on stage.
So Hale Steiner.
Okay, so here we go.
Wait, who are we singing to?
Vincent.
It's
Oh,
right.
how are we going to top Kevin Bacon, though? Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
it's
unfair.
his
birthday.
Is there anybody else besides Kevin? I mean, besides Vincent? No?
Not until July.
Who will admit it?
We'll admit it. Yeah.
Okay, all right, here we go. Happy birthday
to you.
Vincent.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vincent. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And many more.
And many more.
Oh, that was horrible.
Oh, thank you.
So
That
good.
was-
So
that
good.
was wonderful.
amazing.
I loved it.
Bye, everybody.
All right, now you
Hi, Avi.
Happy.
Was it
yeah.
as good as was it as good as Kevin Bacon though?
I don't want to.
Right, we didn't have any cows with harmonicas.
I don't know.
Okay, so 5
Play
minutes, y'all.
Kevin Bacon again to prove it.
Oh, do you want me to play it again?
If people don't mind.
I didn't see the beginning of it. I
Because
saw the
I was too late to see it.
Okay, I'll play it again.
And yeah, and Karen wasn't here, and a few of us missed it.
I will.
I never saw the Martin Short one either.
Hi there. My name is Kevin Bacon.
Uh-oh.
And I'm sure you're wondering, what does Kevin Bacon want? Well, Vincent, let me tell you. What I want is for you to have a good birthday. Get your feet loose, stop your hoof, celebrate it every way. Yeah. Everybody's grinning from ear to ear. They're singing your name, that's what I want to hear, 'cause it's true. This day is all about you. This day is all about you. And I can guarantee we are gonna drop down from 6 to 1 degree. It's your birthday, one thing is clear. You get better and better every single year, and it's true. This day is all about you. This day is all about you.
I love this thing.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
That's
was
so cute.
great.
Did
Oh,
Adrian
yeah.
send that to you?
That was so much fun.
Adrian. Adrian that sent that to me.
How sweet. That is so
Yeah.
much fun.
She has been doing it since my 50th.
Is that the Cameo? So they call it?
Not no, not this one. No.
Similar.
Similar. Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. She's been doing it every year. So the first one was Weird Al Yankovic. The second one was
Martin Short.
Martin Short. And the third one is Kevin Bacon. Yeah. So neat. They are neat.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not directed to me personally.
Oh.
I'd like to think it was.
But let's see. I guess just putting in the name of the person.
Yes.
Could
You have to do it, I think you have to do it a week or two in advance. So you have to say the date of when the birthday is, and then the name, and then they'll do it, kind of thing. So somebody said that he thought it was AI generated, and I don't think it is. It's way too elaborate for like an AI generation.
I was thinking AI just for a few details that are specific to the person that's being sent to.
No, I don't think they can do that.
Maybe just the label of your name on those bags.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he probably just moved his lips and then records Vincent when he says your name in the beginning.
Could be,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like it's AI generated.
No, it's probably a real video with this very slight edits.
Yeah, yeah. But I do know they have to do it in advance.
Yeah, because they could easily, like you said, is alter the verbiage in him singing, but the entire background could be green screened, and so they could digitally input anything they want there.
Yeah, yeah.
Paul, your kitty's adorable.
Thanks. She's annoying, but yeah.
Well, that goes without saying. She's a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on
Pepper.
I've been on mute almost the entire night because she's been chasing a bug in the window, meowing really loud.
Good girl. Good girl, get the buggies.
Oh yeah. And she was mad because it was on the ceiling. So she's running back and forth here trying to get it.
And she is loud. She could be downstairs in the second in his 2-story house, doors shut, and you can hear her screaming for her food at 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right, we're back. Very good. So we are doing where are we at on this? We have a spread from 10 to 16. So we'll see. So what do we got for announcements? Kyle back? There's Kyle.
I am, yeah.
You've got
So this
something,
week-
you're still in with the fraud stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, a new episode on fraud this week. Talked to a guy who builds fraud simulation systems. The big challenge being like, as much as fraud's a problem, actually most, let's say it's credit card fraud, something like that, most transactions are valid, right? Most are fine. It's a rare thing to have a fraudulent one, but that's what you want to study. So we talk about how he builds fraud simulators to help the insurance industry better detect fraud and how they use social networks to do it.
Oh, that
That's
makes
the
sense.
latest on Data Skeptic.
Yeah, that
You know,
makes
at first I thought you were talking about frog simulators.
That's what I heard too.
That's what I heard.
Pretty interesting to me.
I was like,
Next week on Data Skeptic, frog simulation.
Hey,
Yeah.
if they can have
It'll
a
be
power wash
riveting.
simulator and a lawnmower simulator, they can have a frog simulator.
Rivet 2.0, yeah.
Did you see Deborah just walk off into that looked like something from Hobbiton or something. That was
The
creepy.
missing 411, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, seriously. She just went and you can see, like, look at her. Oh my gosh.
She's in the Shire.
Yes.
It kind of looks like a little rainbow sort of in the back. That is bizarre.
No.
Okay, Carolyn, we know she's got something going on this weekend. Eve is at I and Leonard. We're going to be in speaking at a conference here this weekend, right?
yes, Lodi, our very first Be Reasonable event. It's our first Skeptic Camp. So tomorrow night is the icebreaker at Roundtable Pizza. And then we have our event on Saturday at the Lodi Public Library, which hopefully the bathrooms are working. And then
Bring a
on
bucket.
Sunday, yeah, bring your kitty litter. And then Sunday morning, we were doing a nature walk at Lodi Lake, and we actually have a docent. So
Really looking forward to this. I'm going to make videos of everything. I'm just going to be making my just non-professional videos that will be there, and I'll write up an article for Skeptical Inquirer. So it's going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to her first event. So very good. Who else has got something? Rob, I know you do.
I do.
You always do.
you now.
You want me to just do yours for you since you don't seem to know that you did something? The thing
It seems so long. It seems so long ago. So yeah,
it's just been a few days.
yeah, on Monday. That's right. It was Monday. I don't know why I thought that was Friday. So the Skeptical Inquirer published my article. A Flat Earther Sees the Light, a conversation with Jaron Campanella, and I'll put the link in the chat. People listening on the internet later can just Google that name. A Flat Earther Sees the Light, a conversation with Jaron Campanella. And Jaron, is a pretty well-known flat earther, had been until he went to Antarctica and saw the sun stay up in the sky for 24 hours, changed his mind, and is now the subject of horrible vitriol by the people who will not believe it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm the subject of horrible vitriol
Oh,
for
yeah.
having interviewed him.
Rob had me watch the video because he didn't want to watch it. And I just told him what they're calling him a glue sniffer. And it was embarrassing for them because they didn't even let Rob get anywhere in the video. They're like showing the clip and like within a minute of it, they're just keep interrupting, going, what's that behind him? What is that? Why is he wearing that shirt? Wait, I can't understand his accent. He says things funny. I mean, it was so childish.
It was a great interview.
The interview was incredible. I'm talking about the troll people who made a video about
Thank you. So if you look at the YouTube video, look at the comments. At least half of them, maybe way more than that, are from flat earthers. And there's pushback and there's long arguments, which is nice because actually it helps. It helps the algorithm. The more people.
253. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's 251 comments on it. It's most interviews I do. It's like people get 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll just read just one of them. You must be a real special kind of moron to believe that people went in a rocket across a vacuum of 400,000 kilometers at a speed of 23,000 kilometers to land on the moon, which is supposedly going at over 700,000 kilometers an hour. And then they bounced around on the moon and played golf on it. You need to be a real smart monkey. Now they can't go back because they've lost the technology. So yeah, of course, if you're a flat earther, you also don't believe there is, anything that we could send into space. So that means you're also a moon denier. Yeah.
No, they believe there's a moon. Well, some of them do.
Well, a moon landing denier. Yeah.
Some don't believe there's a moon.
Yes.
It was an incredible
Most of the people making comments here and elsewhere are now saying, it's the no true Scotsman thing. Jaron was never a flat earther.
Mhm.
He was always put as a plant to change his mind. Yeah.
For 10 years.
And we all knew it, by the way.
For 10 years.
The guy's got millions of followers. It's ridiculous.
Rob, if you haven't watched this, you should watch this. The video that I made in LA is a really good one to watch also because they complement each other. The questions that Jaron answers with Rob are kind of different from the tone of the interview. Well, because Jaron did a lecture with his own, he showed videos and stuff like that. And so Rob's is an interactive thing, and it's really terrific. I'd watch them both. Mine's getting a lot of views. I mean, nothing like this. Rob's got 2.6 thousand views. It's only been out 3 days. That's a lot. It was great. And Rob keeps comparing it to religion, what it's like to leave religion. It's very similar to what it's like to leave the flat earth community. So it was incredibly good. Yeah, I got to go change my cassette.
Yeah, I've never actually seen, and I've, to prepare for it, I did watch his talk at LA Skeptic Camp, which I linked to in my article. And I watched some of his other stuff, but mostly his channel is just him talking. So he gets to say whatever he wants, and he's not really being questioned about anything. And even at Skeptic Camp, that didn't happen. So I was glad I was able to, ask him. But yet, some people was, you didn't push him hard enough on this. You didn't push him hard enough on this. So,
You're having a conversation. You're not an investigative journalist
yeah,
there to grill
right,
him.
right.
You're having a conversation. People are idiots. Yeah, sorry.
Even if you grilled him, the flat Earth community would pick apart every bit of your question.
Yeah, you cannot win with these people. You cannot.
It's like is the way I've heard it put is like playing chess with a pigeon. Let's see. It knocks over the pieces, craps on the board, and then flies away to claim victory.
Yeah. Well, so that's it. That's it for that. So this coming Monday on RFR X, our weekly live stream Zoom show for Recovering from Religion, we actually have Mallory Mackey, who is somebody who wasn't that well known to the skeptic world. She showed up at PsyCon, and that's where I met her. And she's got a show on Amazon Prime, Mallory's Weird World. Weird World Adventures and other things like that. So it might be interesting to tune in. She's going to talk about anthropological things regarding when, do giving into beliefs from a culture become a problem. That's basically going to be her talk.
Yeah. So make sure you guys check that out. Rob's kind of revamped that RFR. No,
yeah, I'll put the link in the chat. For that too.
Been doing some terrific.
I'm gonna head out, guys. I'll see you next
get some
time.
sleep, Carolyn. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Carolyn.
All right. Have fun at your stay.
I'll see you tomorrow, Carolyn.
Yay.
Bye. See you tomorrow, Carolyn.
Yay. Looking forward to it.
That's gonna be fun. So
all right, it's in the chat. There you go. That's
I've got something from Richard.
Oh, good. About time. What you got?
On the Skeptic Zone this week, we hear from a flat earth, a flat earther who went to Antarctic. So that's tying into Rob's thing.
Yeah, that is my thing, Kat. They didn't tell you? I did a mini.
He didn't say who's doing the report. He just said that we're doing a report on it.
So I did a mini
Rob's going to
interview
be on
with
the
him.
Skeptic Zone this week.
I did a mini interview with him after I finished my long interview just for the Skeptic Zone. So that's what
There we go. Kate and Allie, also known as Kat and Adrian, tried to get the better of Australian artificial intelligence. I gotta say, we broke Copilot, and it was hilarious. The very first one we did, we weren't recording. It was calling me Muna. It thought I was a feline. It was hysterical. Like we couldn't stop laughing at it. And Trove looks at references to pyramid power from the 1970s.
That was the Abominable Snowman last week. That was fun.
Yes. And I sent him Bumble from Rudolph, right? The stop motion. Everybody knows who the hell Bumble is.
Yeah.
Susan?
Bumble was a character on Absolutely Fabulous.
Nope. Bumble
No, it's the Yeti. It's the Yeti.
It's the abominable snowman from Rudolph with the elf who wants to be a dentist.
He has a sore tooth.
Hermie.
We had a name.
I didn't know anything about it.
I've seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I smell a future trivia round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because apparently this show that goes every single year since the 1960s, nobody ever has watched it except for me.
I've watched it many times. I just didn't.
I knew what you were talking about.
I just didn't know he had a name.
Bumbles bounce. That's what they say in it.
I have Bumble decorations on my Christmas tree. I
Thank
have a
you.
full-size Bumble, like
Yeah, you could buy the toy
light up
of a
Christmas.
plush for
Well,
the
cat, I
toy.
guess I know what your category is going
I
to
have
be.
a little stuffed doll of Hermie with the little dentist book.
I even have a Hermie
Carries his
too.
dentist book. Yeah.
Very
Where
good.
did you guys see all these things?
He's
I
the
don't-
monster
it's-
in the cave. In the
What
movie.
cave?
In
What
the
movie?
show, the Rudolph Shiny New Year, whatever it is. Rudolph Merry
Oh.
Christmas, whatever it is.
It's just
I've only
Rudolph the
seen the-
Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Kevin
Yeah,
sounds
that's the
like
one.
he's so hurt, you know. It's one for the guy. No.
The Island of Misfit Toys. You don't know about that, Susan?
For that, I just don't remember the Yeti's name. I'm sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to be paying that much attention.
You know,
I bet
he
you
said-
don't know who Yukon Cornelius is either.
Cat,
Nope.
we should sing "We're a Bunch of Misfits" for Susan.
Right?
I have seen this, you guys. I've seen it like 5 or 6 times. Okay, so
we used to laugh when he said blowhard because that you're surprised it said that on TV.
I'm going to just put this in here. If you scroll down on the link in the chat, you can see it's the abouttimeproject.org. That is the website. I have developed a place to put all of the different conferences that are coming up. And no, the not a con is not on here by the SGU because it is not a con. So that's their own fault. Not that they need me anywhere, but I'm going to be going through these and you can kind of see where people are going to be. I'm going to be at almost everything I can be at. No, I'm not leaving the country outside of when I go to Edmonton and Calgary coming up.
Yeah, aside from going to Canada, which is totally outside the country.
Well, but other than that, I mean, I'm
Not
not
for
going to
long.
the German one. I'm not going to the one in the UK. I'm not going to Australia or New Zealand. I am going to the Caribbean, but that's not really well.
Do you have the Skeptoid Cruise on there?
Yes, I sure do.
All right.
I sure do. So I've got everything on here that I can think of, and I even have LilyCon on here, and I have the Decult conference that's going to be in New Zealand, and I've got the Scopes Trial Centennial. Oh, that's going to be super awesome, you guys. I am really
Yay for cross promotion, Susan.
Hmm?
Say yay for cross promotion. I love it when skeptics cross promote things that aren't necessarily their events.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So, yeah, I think this is a great idea. Lancaster, Pennsylvania is just getting their self together, and maybe we're going to be able to get something in New Mexico this year. Maybe we're going to get something in Washington, D.C., and maybe in Western New York. We're talking. I'm pushing. They're talking. They're listening, and hopefully, maybe we'll be able to get Oregon and Seattle. Definitely wants to do it again. So, just saying. All right, so let's get started. I guess we're done, right? So let's get started with our game. As I said, we're anywhere from 10 to 12 to 16 and 16. So we've got a tie for first place. So Paul C is doing his first category. So this is his first long category. So everybody has to be extremely nice, and whatever he says is exactly right. And he's not going to put up with none of your BS trying to argue with him. So the answer is what it is. And if he doesn't want to intercede, I will. So don't get on my bad side. And then I want to just point out quickly that we have next week mostly full. It's Gail, Rob, and Romero, and I need a bonus. And I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling the next 4 or 5 months. I think I'll still be able to run trivia most of the times, but there will be some times it's going to be very difficult for me. So I'm hoping that we're going to have people stand up and whenever I'm out of town. But like when I'm in Calgary, I'm not going to be able to probably run trivia. Well,
not.
Yeah, there's one day I'm going to be gone. So I'm leaving on a Friday. So, all right. Paul, are you ready?
I am. Thank you, and thank you for the lead in as always. So my theme tonight is going to be app icons, the little things on our phones that we press to launch our favorite apps. So
we're going to learn something.
Write that in the chat. Sorry, 1 second. Here we go.
App Icons.
Okay, so hopefully you can see that now. So yeah, so question one, we're going to have 10 pictures. What app is represented by this icon? You can all see, yeah?
Yeah, so we're probably going to need a notebook, a piece of paper on this one. To
Yeah,
jot
I'm gonna
down.
share the file after I've gone through them quickly. So this is the first icon. The second icon. What app is represented by this icon?
Dude, I saw that today. I don't know what it is.
This is icon number 3.
I can't see my desktop right now. Okay.
This is icon number 4. Icon number 5. I think this one is an easy one.
I don't know what that one is.
It's a trick, you guys. It's a
Yeah.
trap.
Icon number 6.
Ooh. You never really look at
Never
these
saw it.
closely, do we?
That's why I chose them. Icon number 7.
Oh.
Icon number 8. Icon number 9. And finally, icon number 10.
That is.
And there is a bonus point if you can guess the theme that links all the icons, links all the answers, I should say.
Wow.
Is the theme that they're all on your phone?
They're all apps. I mean,
And they are not all on my phone. They are almost all on my phone. But good guess.
so it's something
So I'm
more
gonna
specific
try-
than they're all apps. I don't understand.
Oh, I think I know.
I
It's
can
gonna be
say
more
they're all
fun
on
than
my iPad or phone.
This seems a little iPhone biased, speaking as an Android user.
I think
That
there's
could
only
be.
one that's iPhone specific. I think that they are general.
Most of them are computer
There went
ones.
my,
yeah.
my
So
team.
I am
Don't be talking, you
sending-
guys. We're gonna
No
get rid of it.
talking. Send us to our rooms.
Yeah.
Before I
I'm
forget.
sending the PDF. Can someone check that the PDF is readable?
Well, you have to download it first.
Let's see.
It's readable.
It opens.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good category. This
Gosh,
is
another
fun.
quick
Yeah.
category.
I hope so.
Not
Yeah.
that I'm complaining.
And so different from the last.
All three have been very
Yeah. No intellectualism here.
Hey.
Probably know for sure, right?
Okay, I know most of them.
Yeah, I know most of them
Oh,
too.
Carl's here. Jeez, I might as well just sit down. I'm gonna go. laundry.
I
Got 'em
downloaded it, but I
all.
don't see
So
it
Susan, tell
anywhere.
us the ones you know first. Let's do that.
Okay, hold on. I just minimized my screen looking for this. I was looking for the what's it called? The thing he just shared with us, and now
Oh, the PDF thing.
I thought I downloaded it. Where'd it go?
I couldn't. I
All right,
downloaded
now we're
it,
running
but
out of
it was-
time.
Oh, we're not running out of time. Give me a freaking break. All right, so the first one's TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
The second one, if I remember correctly, is Discord.
Is that right? I've
Okay.
never seen that one.
I don't have the screen. Can somebody put it up? Oh, wait, let me see if I find it again. No, that's not it. Where in the heck did I put it?
I don't know. I downloaded it, but it didn't go in my download folder, so I don't know where it is.
Here we go. It's on my screen.
Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Discord.
Thank you, Rob. Okay, second one. Okay, the first one is TikTok. The
We
second
got that. We got that. Is this,
okay, is it Discord or is that the
That's
is this the health one?
oh. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's Discord. I think it's the health monitor or something that has to do with
doesn't
health.
look like a health symbol. I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't look like Discord.
Well,
Okay.
Let's come back to that.
Three, isn't that Steam?
That's
What's-
Reddit.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's what
Reddit.
I read
Reddit.
it. I
Never
read
read
it.
it.
I think this is iMovie.
That's movie, but I don't
Oh.
know if it's iMovie or if it's just.
I think this is the one he meant that's specific to
Yeah.
to an iPhone.
Okay, so that's iMovie, and obviously that's
Facebook,
Facebook.
No idea what that is.
Meta.
Firefox.
Firefox.
I don't know this one.
Wait,
That's that graphics or the photo thing that was nobody uses anymore.
Which one?
Yeah.
What?
It's an old one.
Is it MySpace?
No,
No, you said
well, I
you
don't
mean
think it's like Instagram
like-
or something.
Like
No.
Tumblr or
No,
Tumblr?
no, no.
I
All
don't
right,
recognize it.
come back to that one.
Yeah,
That one's
This is Audible.
Audible.
Oh, that's Audible.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have that
Audible.
one.
I first wrote podcast. It's Audible.
Instagram.
Instagram.
That's Instagram.
And LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Oh, is that
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
That's
That's
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
It's not very useful.
Well,
No.
it seems like
Um,
it's one of those ones everybody just wants to get rid of because everybody has it. What's
It's
the
it's really useful for Sharon, who we all know I won't mention.
I bet you she's.
Yeah, she likes that
I was
one.
wondering about her. What has happened with her?
Yeah, I don't know. It disappeared from my tracking.
She
Blocked
blocked
Ask someone
everybody.
who isn't blocked.
Yeah, number
Yeah.
7. Is this he couldn't be like using like Domino's pizza or something.
No.
No. It's a photo sharing
Oh
thing.
shoot! My phone is open right next to me. I could have looked at several of these, but I didn't.
I don't
didn't.
have that one on my phone, but
I don't have
think,
this on my
but-
phone either. It's something we don't have, Deborah. So what could that be? You think it's a photo related one?
I think it's a photo sharing, an old photo sharing one.
And the other one we don't have is
Could it be
that one.
Google Drive or
That
something?
one. No.
This one I know I have on my phone, and it's something I don't know.
Really?
I thought it was health.
I've
related.
seen it. I've seen it
I-
before too.
I've seen that one too, number 2, and I thought it was health related too. So maybe that's just a
Well, maybe it is.
Carl, what do you think it is?
Which one?
number 2.
That,
on the screen.
that's sort of
That one I don't know. I think the other one with the 2 circles.
uh-huh.
Not Tumblr, Flickr.
Flickr. There you go.
Oh,
That's
it's
it.
the one you were talking about, right? Yeah.
What the hell is
Yeah.
Flickr? I don't even know
It's
what that
a
is.
place where you put your pictures.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot of people still use it. In fact, you can use it for Wikipedia. You can.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Leonard used it for a long time for his bird pictures.
Okay,
yeah,
so we're down
it's-
to that one. Then.
What kind of health thing could it be? Like
The Apple one's just called Help.
And it's got a heart thing in it, I thought.
Yeah.
Sort of
But you
upside
know
down,
what?
yeah.
It's not steps because I think steps is a foot.
Yeah.
It's
This isn't eye
Hmm.
health.
No.
If I could scroll on my phone, I know it's there. It's one of those ones you don't use all that often. It's
I've
not
never seen
not
that.
watch or anything like that, right?
no.
No.
It's an octopus covering its head because it's raining.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aw, poor little octopus.
I just see a person's head with the arms up in the air.
yeah.
Or a person with a really big hairdo.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay, think about it, you guys. We've seen this. Have we all
Or-
seen
or
this?
somebody
I have never
sitting.
seen this. I have never seen this one.
Do you have an
Could
iPhone
be
or do you
a-
have an Android?
I have an iPhone.
Okay.
I have an Android, and I think
You think you've seen it?
yeah, but I don't remember it being that color though. But I remember the design. But yeah, okay.
So by the way,
What do you think?
we don't need this to get 10 if we know what the theme is. Like,
Okay, well, what's the
Um,
theme, Mr. Smarty Pants?
what's the theme besides they're all apps? I don't
I
understand.
thought they were going to be all Apple or they were all going to be. That's not true. This is obviously
Oh.
not.
No, they're not all Apple.
I was thinking maybe the first letter spells something. TDR F.
No.
TDR.
FFAIL.
Oh, there's 3 F's in a row. FFF.
No, so it's-
So that must mean something. AIL.
Not
Let me write
really.
it down. Maybe it'll tell us what it is.
Firefox, Audible.
TD.
I don't know.
TD too long didn't read. Oh, it says tariff.
Oh, really?
My pen isn't, I've got lotion on my hands. Yeah, but I'm missing, which one are we missing? What number is 2?
Oh, yeah, 2.
Oh, so that's not Discord. So it's T blank RIF F F A I L.
IL.
Tariffs fail. Ha! So the number 2 is an A.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tariffs fail. Ha ha! We got it. I got it, Paul.
Okay, so what's the A stand for then?
It stands for
Not that it matters.
no, but we should know it. It's A is for it's on
Not
Android
audible.
and it's an Apple. So it's got to be okay. So if it's health related, I can't think of what starts with an A. This is the only
Activity
one we don't
monitor?
have, Paul. Huh?
Activity monitor?
Ooh.
But it's got some more of a
Of a
name,
name.
you know what I mean? But
Activity? No. Okay, everybody have a good think for a second. What could start with an A?
and see, I have an Android phone, but I have my iPad thing, and I might be mixing and matching
Right.
which I saw on what, you know.
Could it be
I have the
applications?
same. I have an Android phone and an iPad.
Could it be an application just means application? Is there something like that?
I
know I have a sheets and I have like numbers. I mean, those are like icons I can click on.
It vaguely seems like something I signed up for, though. That's the weird thing. I have so many things I sign up for and then I don't do them, you know, like keeping
Yeah.
track of how much you do every day and walking and, you know.
Wait. So one of these is wrong because it can't be tariff fell. It's got to be tariffs. So TARIFS. So Firefox is going to be wrong.
Well,
No,
Tariff has
Firefox
two
is not
F's.
wrong. I'm sorry.
Firefox.
No, that's
Tariff-
absolutely
Tariff has
Firefox.
two F's in it.
Tariff
Susan.
has two F's. in
Oh,
it.
okay. Tariff
Tariff
fail. So then it's
fail.
tariff fell. Okay.
Tariff fail.
All right. Then good. We
And until someone suggests something different, I'm penciling in activity monitor simply so there's something in the blank space.
yeah,
Not
because
that
he
it
had to
matters.
come up with an A, and maybe he just couldn't think of an A.
Well, but we have 10 anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
I just want to have them all.
And we're pretty
I want
confident
them
about
all.
we're pretty confident about the other 10 now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're very reinforced.
Yeah, the only one I had a question, slight question, was iMovie, a different movie app, but it has to be start with an I, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
was iMovie.
Applications, Apple.
Is it what is the an app store icon look like?
It's
That's
not the
That's not the App
No,
Store
it
icon.
doesn't look.
it's not the authenticator, is it?
No, I think
What does that mean?
that looks a little. Well, the Microsoft Authenticator looks different than that. So I
It's
think
blue. I think it's blue anyway.
Yeah, it's blue.
How about it's
Yes.
just activity and it's just like a generic, it's called activity and it's for like all kinds of things of movement, like steps as well
Activity.
as heart. Could that be it?
We're down to 9
Could be.
seconds.
Okay, do you
8,
think that's it? We're
7.
putting activity then.
Sure.
Okay.
Good job, team. Very clever, Paul. Is he back? He's black. It's dark over where he is. Everybody open your eyes. Oh, good job. That was very good, Paul. Very good. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been having internet connection issues, so I just lost connection for a second. But thank you. I hope it was fun.
Now I know why you have the Apple App Store icon behind you.
No one asked.
That's
No one
not
said
Apple,
anything.
that's just everybody's. That's just generic.
So yeah, hopefully once again you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
So let me see if I can find the chat. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so number 1 is of course TikTok. Number 2, I heard a lot of great suggestions for this, testicles being my favorite. Thank you, Karen. This is of course Airbnb.
Airbnb. Oh.
Number 3 is our friend Reddit. Number 4 is iMovie.
iMovie.
Yeah,
Oh, we were
yeah.
I think
so
the only
close.
one that's Apple
That was
specific.
That was tough.
We were close.
5 was of course Facebook.
Thanks for that.
6. I had some discussion about this. This is Firefox, the open source browser. I had a lot of complaints about this. A lot of guessing about dating apps, which
We
is
got
awesome.
it. We got it.
This is one I put in specifically for Susan, so I was delighted to hear Susan not get the answer. This is Flickr.
We got it correctly, but I just didn't get it.
I know, but you didn't. I was there when you didn't get it,
Oh,
but that's
thank
fine.
you. Thank you, Paul. I didn't know that we were keeping track, but thank you.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it fun bouncing through rooms?
Yeah.
It is. It is fun.
Especially when the first word you hear is testicles. I'm like, what quiz is this? Is this my round? Number 8 is the audiobook and podcasting app,
I
Audible.
use that all day long.
Number 9 is, of course, Instagram. I think very recognizable. And number 10 is LinkedIn.
I did not know LinkedIn. That's the one that got me. I've never had
Interesting. So yeah, what I like about these apps, I think someone mentioned it during the round, is that we often look at a lot of them many times a day, but we often don't know what they look like.
it. You kind of like go to the area of your phone and hit it.
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
It's
It's more
a color
spatial
or
memory.
something. You don't really think about it.
Yeah. And of course, the thing that linked them all together was the first letter of each app, the name of each app, which is tariff fail.
Isn't that great? Did everybody get it?
That was so clever. We were trying to think of other things like, are they all owned by Meta? Are they all owned by a Trump supporter? Are they all,
Paul, do we get a point for the bonus or not?
Yes.
Yay.
Yay.
We knew that the second one was an A because we figured out the first one. But we could
Would you
not.
accept-
We thought it was health related, and I have Airbnb on my phone.
Would you accept all companies that had serious data breaches in the last year?
That could be any company, Kyle.
That would be all of them, right?
That's all of them, yeah.
Very good, Paul. Very
Good
good.
guess.
Carol.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I like that. Wait, I'm missing one. Am I missing an answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As Flickr, that was funny because Deborah's like, it's a photo, something that's not used anymore. We're like, what could that be?
It's still there, but I think it's losing out to iCloud and Google.
Oh, I can't stand iCloud. It takes over everything. Very good. So let's go over to the scores. It might have been too easy though, but
Yeah, I do worry.
Oh well. Okay.
I'm still calibrating.
It was fun and it was different.
It's okay to be easy occasionally.
So we are here at when people vandalize Teslas, they're being charged with battery.
10.
Ta-da! You're in the lead. Enjoy it for the moment.
For a second.
Yes. Enjoy that feeling. 1 degree of separation from Kevin Bacon.
10.
And let's
That is
We actually
exciting.
did get 10.
We had 9, but we got the bonus. So we got
Oh,
10.
right. We got the bonus.
Yeah, Liberation Day was terrifying.
We got 10 and we didn't need the bonus.
Ooh,
We need to get
your
off our
Airbnb.
phone.
Huh?
Yep.
Every day is Libation Day now.
10.
Ta-da!
Fail.
It was a little easy, but it was fun.
Yeah, well, I'll try and make sure
Good
everyone
job.
gets 0 next time. Thank
Okay.
you.
No, that's how you make me happy is get it to get 1 or something like that.
Do it on odd Canadian trivia or something, and yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no.
they'll get 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you think of that? Going
Or
to
Keanu
besides
Reeves. Yeah.
Oh, forget Canadian.
Average score is 3.
What'd you think, Paul?
Me? I wish I'd made it harder, but it's super tricky.
Well,
There's
you're
so
trying
many
to fit
apps.
letters of the alphabet.
Yeah.
But no, you like to go into the room to room.
You use the
Yeah, it's
most
fun.
recent one for
Clever
Reddit.
and fun.
So when you go to the video that'll be uploaded after when I hang up, you can go and look at the particular part where you missed in our room, and you can see what was going on in there. It's fun to go back and say.
Cool.
And listen to it. Okay, so we are at the end, but before I get close to the end, I need to hand it over to Jamie. I just need to let everybody know I do not have a bonus for next week. I have Gail, Rob, and Romero, and then I need a bonus. Who's got a bonus for next week? That'll be April the 10th.
I won't be here.
You won't be here.
I have an event to go
I
to.
will be here.
I won't be here, and I'm gonna sign out now.
Well, you hung out there for a while, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
We went pretty
Night.
fast this time.
Yeah.
Oh, so I love counting hands that are waving at me. Who is it who just said that?
I can do a bonus next week.
Thank you, Peggy, for sticking your fingers at.
I was going to volunteer, but I'm getting my tracheal injections the day before, so I don't know what my voice is going to be like.
Oh, you'd have to do everything.
Or actually, no, I'm getting it on Thursday, so I'm getting it that day.
No, that's okay. We've got it covered.
I can do category the week after.
Okay.
Or bonus, whatever you want.
17th. That'll be the 17th. Karen. Okay, got it. Okay, we're starting on the next one. Good job. I won't be out until May. So, and of course we cannot fail and skip a week. So
I can probably do a
Well,
category someday.
They just informed me that everyone's driving to Drumheller.
I don't even know
Okay.
what's going on. I'm getting in whatever car it gets me in, and that's where I go. Okay.
Yeah, because Susan and others talked, they were going to split it, and then the other group said, no, we're going to go to Drumheller.
They want to go where Susan goes.
They're all going to go to Drumheller, but they were thinking of Banff, but
I thought we were doing both.
I'm gonna
Not
say
on the
it was
same-
going to be both. Deborah, have you hung out with Adrian at all at ever? You know, we're going to have her there, and she's going to just we're going to just get into a room, and it'll just be like 4 or 5 hours.
I know, but it was going to be on different
Kat's gonna be
days.
there
I mean-
around. Kat, are you going with us or no? Are you going directly?
only if you guys are staying and doing another day or something like that.
I'm
but-
not leaving
for a
till
week.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm there till the
okay.
following
And you guys
Sunday.
might have something planned for something else.
Yeah, I think Adrian's taking the gang to Banff on Monday.
Oh, okay.
But I will be
got
at
it.
work because that's the start of springtime.
Oh yeah, you got to go back.
so-
All right, so Jamie, Jim.
Okay, all set?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
How'd you know it was your turn?
I know. Okay, the bonus
You told
category is
him.
generations. According to this website, name the 10 last generations, starting with the latest, which was 2013 to 2025. And the order does not matter. Name the last 10 generations.
You mean by name?
Yep, the names. Like Gen W.
You mean like boomers, etc.
Yeah.
Celia.
And you gave us the answer link already? I'm confused.
I don't get it. Are we supposed to look at that link?
No, don't. No, that's the answer.
Jamie, why did you do that?
Yeah, it would have been best not to put that link, Jamie.
Well, that's because everyone says, according to a certain website, because
Yeah, well-
You could have done it later.
Okay, so don't look at the website, people.
don't look at the website.
And don't say anything, Celia.
I'm like, I was going to open the website. Okay, all right.
Go look at the
And
website.
so we don't have to have them in order, right?
No,
Okay. Put us on our teams.
I don't think I can. Can you help me,
Oh,
please?
sorry. Sorry.
It's a boot time.
It's a boat. Open all around.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to 4. Hello. What? Paul, you're in the wrong team. Bye.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys, I have never known these. So,
Well, my Gen Z kid just walked out the room.
Okay, who's writing it down?
I don't have anything to write with.
Okay, Gen Z.
And after that is Gen Alpha.
wait, is Gen Z what? Who?
She's 20. So she's 20 years old. So
Like, who are the ones that are like the little ones now?
So she's Gen Z at 20. She told me the one after her is Gen Alpha.
So
So
that
I
would
don't know
be-
if, yeah.
Okay, so there's the greatest generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing it
Wait,
down.
is Alpha the first?
I think Alpha's the latest, like like they were born. She was born in 2005.
There's
so they would
baby
be like
boomers.
kids. Yeah.
There's millennials.
Well, wait a minute. What order? We got to put them
It
in
doesn't,
order.
no, they don't have to be in
And
order.
he said they didn't have to be in order.
Oh, I thought they had to be in order.
Nope.
Okay, so that's a whole different thing.
Okay, so I've got 5. What else are we missing?
So you have
You're
Gen
up, Paul,
Z,
you're
Gen
on mute.
Alpha, boomers.
ZX.
Oh, Generation X? What were they called?
Yeah, that's us.
Kyle, you're on mute too.
Oh, we are. Well, you're younger.
I'm an
So-
X. No, I'm a baby boomer.
You're a baby boomer, but Paul and I
Were
are
they
X.
called Generation X?
Gen X, yeah.
Gen X,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Gen
That
X,
sounds-
Generation X.
Okay,
Yeah.
Susan, what do you have?
I have Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen X, the greatest generation, baby boomers, and millennials. So that's 6. So we're
Okay.
What about Gen Y?
Is there one?
We got X and Z. Why wouldn't we
Maybe.
have Y?
I think there is. I'm not sure.
Okay, so the first one I think was the greatest generation, and then it goes to baby boomers. So
Then it's
there's
Gen X.
what's after baby boomers?
Gen X.
Is it really?
Yep.
And then after
There's
Gen X,
also the lost generation,
Oh, yeah.
which are kind of some of the
which
in
one are
Paul,
they?
my range. I think Paul's
And by
not
the
in it.
way, didn't Hemingway say Lost Generation? Isn't he the one that?
Oh, maybe.
So
Was there somebody before the greatest generation?
I think that's the lost generation.
So was there
Mhm.
somebody before that?
They're like World War One. They were adults like during World War One.
Okay, can we go farther back? Because I don't think we're missing anything coming recently.
Well, there's a generation that's kind of alongside the Gen X, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. Because we're like in this little window of
We're
like
missing
72
3.
to 80.
Did we
or
say
so.
millennial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you got Gen Z. You
Yes.
got Gen X. You got
Yes.
Gen Y.
no, I don't have Gen Y. I have never heard of that.
yeah, so we only need 2 more.
Do you think Gen Y is something?
Well, it was suggested, and I
I've
said
never heard of it.
I thought it
We got
sounds
X and
familiar.
Z. How could we not have Y?
I think it
'Cause
sounds
these-
familiar.
Because it's Y.
Or is it Gen Y and millennials the same?
I've never heard of it.
I think
Okay,
so,
that's
right? Because Gen
interesting.
X is 60, like in the 60s to 80s, and then the millennials are like 81 to whatever. So they are Gen Y. They just use millennial.
Oh,
Oh,
And then
okay.
Gen Z are like late 90s to like 2010 or so, which is what Paul and I's kid sits in. Then there's Gen Alpha. And then I think we're
Is
going
there-
next to Gen Beta.
Yeah.
I think Gen Beta are the kids that are
Okay,
being
let's
born
put
right
beta.
now.
So what would be before the lost generation? So you've got World War One. So what would be before World War One or after World War One, but before the greatest generation? Like the
Yeah.
50s. What would the 50s be called? And the 60s. Oh, the 60s was the
Beat generation?
Well, baby boomers is the 40s to the 60s.
Oh yeah.
And then Paul and I fall in Gen X, which he was born in 69. I was born in 72. So that's like late 60s into the 70s.
So the
for
beat
Gen
generation would
X.
have been the baby boomers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Late
the
40s.
20s would have been that couldn't have been the
There's the silent generation. Do we have that?
No, which was the
What's that?
So my mom's born in 45, and I think she's the end of the silent generation.
Why were they silent?
Like late 20s through the 30s to the 40s, I believe.
Okay, that makes sense. So if
We've done a lot of this at work, knowing what generation you're in. Because
Really?
you
One
can
more.
understand how to communicate better.
How about the Victorians? It wouldn't have been
So, like, do we have the greatest generation on there?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
So the silent generation, and then after that would be the lost generation. The silent generation would be no. The lost generation you're saying is World War One?
I think they were adults in World War One. He said 10? 10
Yeah, so what would
generations.
be before? So the
I don't know
lost
if there is one
generation-
before 1900.
How about the Pepsi generation?
Well, that would be the
That's
quote.
baby boomers. Okay, so let me think about this a second.
Yeah,
So
because generations or most generations are 20-year spans. So if there's 10
1900 to
of them,
1920 is going to be, is that the silent generation or is that the lost generation? I guess I should have put some decades. The floppers were the 20s, and that was
Right.
known as a generation. How about the Depression era kids? That would be is that the lost generation?
Yeah, see, and I
Lived
think
through the
sometimes there's
Depression?
more than one term used.
yeah.
That's why I quoted this website, because sometimes
Yeah.
it's different names. That's why, according to this website.
Right. So we need one more. What era do we think we're looking for? The Doughboys?
Because I think we got from the 1900s to present, so I don't know.
Well, the 1890s would be the Sherlock Holmes era. 1880s.
Maybe I just don't know. Right.
Wait. It says starting with never mind.
Latest was 2013 to 2025, which would be the Gen Beta, I think.
Yeah.
So what would be the 1890s, 1880s? Was there a science related one, like the scientific generation or the discovery generation or the cars? People were invented, airplanes, some kind of invention. Vaccines were the polio was, I don't know.
Oh, do we have Gen Beta on there?
Yeah,
Is that
we
what I
do,
said?
but
This is up to only 2025, and I think Gen Beta is the kids that are being like popped out right this moment.
Well, we're in
But wait,
2025.
what about does Alpha fit in this 20?
Yeah, we've got Gen Alpha.
No, does that fit into the 2013 to 20?
That is 2013 to 2025 is Gen
Okay,
Alpha.
so Beta does not fit.
So we got to take Beta off.
Well,
'cause-
we can't even come up with
So
the
we're
other.
missing two of them then.
Well, but no, I think betas are being born now, so I think we can add beta.
Leave it on because we can't come up with them.
Yeah.
We're 10th anyway.
Okay, so we need one.
But I think we're looking at the 1880s because 1880s, 1890s, unless you want to cover 1900.
Yeah, I really just don't know before 1900. And part of that is because nobody's alive, right? So we're not talking about them at work.
Yeah.
They're not in the workforce.
And the
anymore.
generation names didn't come about until the baby boomers.
Yeah, my guess is maybe they went back and named them.
I think they went
Yeah.
back.
Even though they weren't a thing.
Yeah, like the greatest generation was
Yeah.
later.
And the silent generation. Yeah.
Lost generation, same thing. So
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna have to go before 1900 because that's the greatest generation. We won't have 10, but I just don't know what they would be. Like any clue.
well, it was a big time for science and innovations. Wasn't there
But
one that was
the
environmental?
Renaissance. The Renaissance.
Gen Renaissance. What was the
transcendental?
I think we started learning how to fly. Well, that was a little later, but innovations and
When
inventions.
was the Victorian age?
That was 18. Wait a second. She lived until the 8.
He only wants the last 10,
18.
so we have to figure out what would be right before greatest and lost.
It was
right?
the early
We have lost on there,
1900s
right?
when Victoria died. Who?
Okay, time to start the timer.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you want me
We
to?
have the lost generation, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but prior to that.
Thank you.
So how many do we have, Susan?
Well, we have 9 if we include beta.
Well, keep it just in case. Since we have nothing else.
So yeah, we would have renamed it. Generation Innovation. Generation.
Yeah, I just don't really know before that.
It might have been like the first time where people really were becoming literate, and the age people were starting to live longer because of, cleanliness and things were improving. So maybe it was a booming kind of thing. I have a feeling that the 1880s, well, that was when people were moving to immigrating. So there's a lot of immigration to different places, 1880s, 1890s. So I don't know. Can you think of something that comes up with the
The carpetbagging generation.
I have never heard of that. But it's that idea that I think
Poppins?
wasn't it called the Great Movement or something about the movement?
Oh yeah.
What the heck was that?
My dog.
Oh.
and Paul can tell you exactly which dog.
That was something else. I have a feeling I've heard something about a movement. Like,
yeah. I mean, there was
that's whenever people were moving.
People moved to industrial cities.
Something.
Yeah.
10 seconds. The Great Movement generation.
Diaspora.
I don't know.
Lots of
I'm going to put
diasporas.
Great Generation movement.
I heard the other day we got a science diaspora.
That was a lot harder than I would have thought. That was very good.
Everybody's back?
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Okay.
came up with 10, but barely.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put them in chat and I'll explain them. Okay, here we go. Generation Alpha is 2013 to 2025. Then Gen Z, which is 1997 to 2012. Then Millennials, which is Gen Y, I guess. 1981 to 1996. Gen X, 1965 to 1980. Baby Boomers, 46 to 64. The Silent Generation, which was 1928 to 45. The Greatest Generation, 1901 to 1927. Then the Lost Generation was 1883 to 1900. Then the Missionary Generation was 1860 to 1882. And the Progressive Generation was 1843 to 1859.
Wow.
We were on the right path, but
close.
Wow. Very interesting. I wonder why they called the missionary generation, huh? Was that foreign people going and being missionaries everywhere?
Maybe they were fucked. I don't know.
Something about their position.
and no betas, which are now.
Yes, betas are being
said it
now.
goes up to 2020.
Betas are now being born.
So progressive generation, huh? Wow.
That's probably after. Oh no, that's during the Civil War.
1843, yeah.
That's before the Civil War.
Well, they were born.
Oh, we already put the Pepsi generation was
yeah,
baby
they would have been,
boomers.
yeah.
So
I
they've been
didn't
adults
even
now.
know that they gave names to generations before the greatest generation.
Yeah, I've never known.
No, they went back and renamed
Actually,
them.
if you go to the
must have went back.
No, the website.
Historians do that kind of stuff, you know.
When we own the present, we own the past.
Ooh, Deborah.
Wait to name a generation until you figure out their identity.
Hey, Jen.
Forrest Gump generation. I thought there was one called had something to do with the movement, like Western
Pepsi generation.
The Pepsi, yeah.
Yeah.
My cha.
Like the Northern Migration.
I thought there was a migration one, but I guess there's not.
I
There's a
just
Western,
opened the website. It's really interesting how far back they went.
Yeah.
Back to the 1400s.
Historians want to have a way of naming a book, and they want to look literary, and so they're going to go do that. Thanks, Brandi. Thanks for
Hi,
hanging out.
Brandi.
on
Thanks for the
today. I know
category.
you weren't feeling
Hi,
good.
Brandi.
Good night, Brandi. So, Celia, that one we were talking about in our group, Rob just posted it. Generation Jones, the older Gen Xers, younger boomers.
Okay, even on that one,
It's not been accepted. It's not been accepted yet, but that they're trying to kind of get that in there.
I'm accepting it, Karen. I hated being called a boomer.
Yeah. Yeah,
they went too long because I was born in 62 and
yeah,
they had
you
it to
know,
64.
and I was always told that it was baby boomers because it was post-war when the soldiers came
Post-war
home
boomers,
and
yeah.
started having babies.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, so those of us born in the 60s, I'm like,
Right.
World War II was ancient history.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
My father was in World War II, so I kind of understand
Good
that,
night, Kyle.
but it had nothing to do with
No,
Hi, Kyle.
my
yeah, it should have been our generation.
the fathers of my generation, my school, classmates and stuff, they were dodging the draft of Vietnam.
Right. It was
World
totally
War
different.
II was
I think this
nah.
might be accepted at some point. There's distinct differences.
I
like you're
think so.
talking about.
Why would they call it Jones?
So this was the social norm was to keeping up with the Joneses, like
Right.
was the thing, right? Yes.
The rise of suburbia.
Rise of suburbia. The economy was doing great, and everybody didn't want to feel like they were left behind. Yeah.
That makes sense. Generation Jones.
I'm still on the cutoff of that. I was actually born in 65, so
Really?
Ah.
But that does sound
I'm
better.
just bound to be in between.
That would make a lot more sense because baby boomer just doesn't make sense at all for
not in the 60s,
no, and not even in 50,
not even really in
late
the 50s, really, or 50s.
Scores.
Yeah.
Then we can fight.
Scores.
Oh, I'm sorry. Greatest generation was to 45. Hold on a second. I just got to see this. So the boomies. But the boomers have to be. It would only be the baby boomers would be a very small window if they cut into it with the Generation Jones, right? The baby boomers would be 46 to.
Maybe the Generation Jones shouldn't go all the way back to 54. Maybe it should be 57.
That's okay. Don't go past 57. I want to be in the Joneses.
Okay.
You want to keep up with the Joneses?
I don't want to be a boomer.
He's just Jonesing.
Sorry.
He's Jonesing to be in the Joneses.
It was nice to have my father was World War
You're all making me feel very, very old.
You're the greatest generation. No.
Well, you know,
Very
I'm
elder
this
millennial.
year. I'm feeling pretty old.
I refuse to get old. Okay, so we have 20 to 22, 26, 26. So those two still end up tying. So when people vandalize Teslas, they're being charged with battery.
8.
That really stumped us too. That was really good. 1 degree of separation from Kevin Bacon.
7.
Oh, you still beat 5. Okay, so Liberation Day was tariffing.
Terrifying. He got 8.
It's not a word. I'm looking at it. Terrifying. Okay.
This may be why you don't enjoy poetry.
Yeah, maybe not. You know what? That's probably right. I read way too fast.
See, that's called a play on words.
Oh, is that like a pun?
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
Every
we're
day
being
is
run by a
Libation Day.
therapist.
You got Libation Day and Liberation Day. Those are 8. Dang, look at that.
Yay, look at that.
You guys have kept the same score the whole time. Look at this. I've never seen that before.
That's right.
Look at that.
What the heck? So I want to hear some bragging stories the next time I talk to you guys of how you've gone into the beauty salon or the shoe store and somebody says, "Hi, how was your weekend?" or "How's your day?" and you're like, "Well, I want to tell you that my team won trivia and we won because I want to hear you guys come up with the story of how."
Well, I like those scores, Susan, because I can say that there were 4 teams and we came in 3rd.
I was bragging to Paul's
Because we
son,
came in 4th.
Connor,
Oh, really?
that we did well because as the only female in the car category last week, I knew most of the answers and the 3 men in the group didn't. So I was bragging.
There's bragging.
I judge it by how much fun I had because I have been on teams where somebody knew all the answers. It was not fun. It was not fun. So I judge it by how much fun I had, win or lose.
Yeah, it's better if we work it out. I think it's fun to have a little bit of our
I think too, if somebody knows it all, that's great when we're stumped. but let people try to guess.
Oh, I agree. They were
Yeah, I
stumped.
like it when we go from the top to the bottom, not like jumping around too much. I mean, sometimes you have to jump around if nobody knows anything, but
Yeah, you got to. Well, you got to come back to it.
yeah, this was a fast game. We did really good because
Yeah,
all
look
the
at it. It's
categories were
barely
pretty
9
close.
o'clock, Susan.
I know, 9
Well,
o'clock.
we had a pretty generous break too.
Friday here.
Is it Friday?
Ooh,
Thank you.
my video is
Thank-
it's 8 views. My video is
Thank you
8
very
views away
much
from
for
the
a
next
great
100.
birthday.
8 people here have to go watch at least 30 seconds of my video to push it over.
What is it at now?
Happy birthday, Vincent.
What is it,
20
Bob?
2692.
Yeah.
Bye,
It is
Vincent. Happy
rocking.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Vincent.
Happy birthday.
Do you like how
Bye, everybody.
on YouTube it comes up with a thing from Wikipedia? It says flat Earth underneath it.
I know.
I love that, and they've been doing that since the QAnon thing.
Flat Earth is an archaic and scientifically disproven concept of Earth shaped as a planar disk. Yes, the flat earthers must love that because that goes on every video they post.
Wow, look at this. No, I can't see this. Oh yeah, there it is. 2,692 views. So I think by the time I wake up in the morning, it's gonna be 3,000 views. Yeah, easily.
It keeps getting like bumps in the middle of the day. I've been looking at this one more than I usually do because I can't believe it. And I think it's because some flat earther has found it and then they're talking about it on their own YouTube channel. Everyone goes to watch it.
Well, they go through and take all the clips out of it.
And then they put all these nasty comments. Yeah.
But you see, that's why a lot of people like Joe Rogan he didn't start where he is on the liberal conservative spectrum, because certain people that like to fight and argue and are very
nobody that plays trivia.
very opinionated, they will come back over and over and over on these things.
Yes. Oh, here's the 2 latest ones. The 2 new comments since this game started. Globe pushing is hard right now. Yikes. I couldn't imagine being a vaxxed glober in 2025.
Oh my God.
Oh my
It's so
God.
funny how they referred to us. Even Jaron was referring to us as Globus.
Yeah.
They have words they call us.
Like it's a dirty word.
Globitard. Globitard is
Globitard.
I always
Globitard.
joke, who do they think the big enemy is in their conspiracy? Big Globe?
Yes.
It is.
Right, so
manufacturers, the people who made those globes and put them in all those.
Rand McNally.
That's right.
Whoa.
Rand McNally. So here's the latest one. It's actually wild how easily people are deceived by controlled opposition like this. I can see why every government in history has used controlled opposition. Very effective. Most people just aren't critical thinkers, so they're easily duped by such tactics, no matter how obvious.
Hit play. You should have another viewer in a few seconds.
Hey, Deborah, what's the scene behind you? Where are you?
I think that's Carmel Valley or Big Sur. I can't remember.
Really pretty. It looks a bit more like, well, it could
I
be.
want you to go walk into it again.
But that orange is that poppies?
Yeah, those are poppies.
Poppies, yeah.
Yay, it's got another view. Thank you. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that it only takes like 30 seconds or something of a video. Now, no matter how long it is for it to count on YouTube as a view. That's weird.
Wow.
Susan, I know there's like tools. I've never used them. As a creator, you can go, like I can't look at this one because I don't own it. It's on CFI's website. But you can go on your website and like look at some graphic that shows when people drop off watching the videos, right?
I wonder if you can see it on theirs. Let me see.
No, you have to be the owner of the channel to view that.
You should be able to see I think you could see in another people's. Where is that?
I've never seen that anywhere.
Because I've gone through people's videos and you can see like whenever they have they do a sale, and we're sponsored by, and then you can see that the bump kind of goes away. There's a bump thing, but maybe you don't have enough views yet to make it happen. No, you can do it on other people's views. It's a slider thing I think you pull, and it shows like a mountains and stuff whenever they fall off, whenever.
Have you ever heard this word? Have you heard this phrase that I read in the last one? Because it's in several of these things from different people. Controlled opposition.
What do they mean?
Hello and welcome to A Conversation With. This is part of
Controlled opposition? Is that whenever
Yeah.
they want to try to make they're saying, oh, they just made that up because they want us to make us look stupid?
Maybe so. Yeah. So here's another one that uses the phrase: Jaren has always been considered obvious, controlled opposition within the flat Earth community for many years now. So him switching over to the globe isn't
Switching
going
over
to
to the
have much,
globe.
if any,
So
impact.
the idea is you set up someone to pretend part of the opposition to steer the arguments in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm.
To make them look stupid?
Either to make, yeah,
I
or
think
to
they
lead
did
them in
this
the
in
wrong
the UFO
direction, or
community.
make them
Oh,
obviously wrong.
Karen,
Yeah.
I can never look at that Airbnb app again the same.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna look at it.
It's right there on my bloody phone.
Oops.
Yeah, I guess that was one way to get me to never stay at
Well, and it's
Airbnb.
even a little more illustrative than just what I pointed out if you look at it for a while.
You know what? I'm gonna not look at it for a while.
The full
It looks
Oh,
like
there it is. It's a butt.
it looks like two
the
bums
full
to me.
package.
We made several suggestions of what that could be.
I thought it was
suggest-
supposed to be a tent, but
I suggested an octopus trying to keep the rain off of his head.
or is it supposed to be A as an air? I don't know. It's
Oh,
very
that could be an A.
Yeah, it's supposed
Yeah.
to be air with two
I think so,
interlocking Bs. The middle
I thought it was like two.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
That's
seeing
like
that.
I don't
two.
see the B.
It's definitely not
The
one of
B
the
is
better ones.
slanted. So if you
Yeah,
turn
it's
it, you'll see
slanted
the
and
B.
makes the O in the middle.
By the way, I think Airbnb was on the list of the major Trump supporters.
Yeah.
But
Air-
then
and it's
everybody
not-
is. They're all
It's not
freaking
just
everybody.
that. I was needing to book a hotel room and I checked Airbnbs, and booking a hotel room for where I was going was much cheaper than Airbnb. And in
Well,
fact,
here where I live, Airbnbs are considered very bad because people are turning their rentals into Airbnbs instead of providing housing, desperately needed housing.
And their
That's-
neighborhoods into business.
So
what was-
yeah, and
what was-
I actually have one. It's not technically Airbnb. It's not technically a vacation rental, but it is really next door, and it can be a pain in the butt. It's
But
great
what
when
was-
it's empty, but
what was
Yeah.
also interesting is the hotel I actually booked at, they had a Airbnb posting for their hotel on.
yeah, that's
the site.
happened.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
how they can sell more rooms. Yeah.
yeah, it's just I'll just go and book it through my credit card.
Right.
And
Yeah.
So the idea was supposed to be if you have an underutilized property, right? You're an empty nester or you travel
Right,
yourself.
a spare room.
A
Yeah.
home that is otherwise occupied and you're making extra income by renting out a room or the ground floor or something or
Right,
while you're traveling. And instead, of course, because in the United States of America, there's never like enoughness. Everything has to be more.
Right.
People are just purchasing homes in neighborhoods for the purpose of being an Airbnb and destroying
Yeah, no, the
neighborhoods.
original the original idea, like you say, was a little, making a little pocket change on your spare bedroom. And then in the meantime, I, as this traveler, especially if I was going by myself or whatever, I could have a less expensive place to stay that would be much more personal than a chain motel.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, like you say, it's gotten that way. But also the fact that it's not less expensive than hotels anymore, like Faith was saying, and in some cases more. And then they start tacking on cleaning fees and this and that and whatever.
You gotta buy groceries and cook too.
Well,
Yeah, but you don't have to,
sometimes
but people do.
You want to have a kitchen. I mean, like I
Yeah. Absolutely.
when I was, before I was married and my husband and I were, in this long distance relationship, if we wanted to meet anywhere, well, he couldn't come here. So if we wanted to meet anywhere but his island, and we did this a couple times, we'd go to another island and just be together for a month, then you want a kitchen. That was one time I did an Airbnb for a whole month and I
Yeah,
got a
you can't
month,
eat out every night.
No way. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so yeah, no, that is certainly the perk is having, a kitchen. And if you're a big family, to have a whole house versus 10 hotel rooms or whatever. But unfortunately, that negative side has definitely happened and it's just gotten so much more expensive.
Yeah.
With the cleaning fees and all that.
Oh
other
my God, it's
stuff.
oh, that is just, to me, is outrageous. A cleaning fee? Like,
Yeah,
what?
if you keep it
Otherwise
clean.
you're gonna have the place dirty. It's like, what next? Gonna start charging utility fees and I mean, come
Might as well
on.
stay home.
Yeah, right. It's like, what do you mean? Of course you're renting it clean. And then some of them will have chores on top of that, strip your bed, do this, that. It's like, well, what the hell did I pay the damn cleaning fee?
I bad had it with Airbnb, even though I really liked it the few times I've used it, because we could get people in and you could all stay and hang out. You had a
You have a
hangout
whole
space.
house
And
a kitchen.
it's not like a hotel where you
Yeah.
don't have really a comfortable place. It was really nice. But
Yeah.
when I went up to Seattle and I had to cancel the dang thing, they wouldn't refund my money. They gave me $300. It's like, you know what I mean? They just don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the problem is I had a fight with them to get any money back. But the thing is that everybody has a different cancellation. Like each house has a different cancellation from the other house.
Right.
And
just
so
like they
you
all have their
think-
different cleaning fees and this fee and that.
That was just so silly, because you're like, oh, well, this one looks really good. You're looking at the house and you're looking all the perks for it and where you can park. And then you go to the other one, you lose track. And then, it's just nasty.
Yeah,
I hate that.
because if you're scanning for a price, say, under $200 or whatever, that doesn't include all those little fees. And you're like, oh, this one's only $100. But then you click on it and it's like, your total will be $350. You're like, what? Yeah. It's.
But I do like
Karen's
the idea of
in
taking a house
America,
where you can park.
people get greedy and it becomes a big expensive business.
Well, the hotels, like, I'm trying to, like, when I go to LA, I had to pay $18 a night to park my car.
Well, I paid more than that in LA.
Yeah, and I went to Monterey Park. I went way outskirts, but in town, they were charging $50 a night to park. That's ridiculous. I mean, come on now. So,
although it felt very worth it at the time.
Well, I've never
in LA.
When I do that, if I'm gonna, I have to make up my mind. So I'll fly in and then I'll just take Ubers, and I won't try to park my car at a place downtown. That ain't gonna happen. Because no. But even when you get down there, you don't necessarily have parking.
Yeah, but when my husband and I drove, and the hotel had its own, garage for, what did I pay? $35-40 a day. The joy of being able to leave my car and it being so safe, I felt like it was a bargain. And then I was able to.
Bye, Paul.
Hi,
hey,
thank
Paul,
you.
are you going to come this weekend?
I can't, I'm afraid. No, I'm sorry.
Good night.
We keep putting these conferences
Have an awesome
on.
time.
You what?
Have a good time.
Any folks
Absolutely.
that hang around, I'll tell you something political that happened in our area.
Okay, let me
today.
turn off the thing.
No,
I
just
was actually going to mention that too, Karen, because I actually just